Turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Oh, hi. Hello. How you doing? My name is Waldo, and I am here to feel some video games with you and some politics if they pop up. I know it says TTS in the title, and I am trying my ass off to get it to work, but it just doesn't function. It does function, and then I go to sleep and I wake up the next day, don't press any buttons, don't change anything on my computer, and then it ceases to function. And I don't know why. Come on. Nothing. It just doesn't do anything anymore. I didn't change any settings. I didn't move anything. I didn't move any sliders. I didn't put one thing up. I didn't put one thing down. I didn't close any of the programs. And this damn thing still works. That's what kills me, is this thing right here.
Turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Same website, same device, same tab. Press that button, that shows up. Do the TTS, fuck yourself, Waldo. Hi, Timmy the Do. How's it going? We're going to play some video games here in just a minute, but I'm trying to get this dang TTS to work. It will not function, and I don't understand why. Because I can press this button all day long.
Turn the friggin' frogs gay.
And you guys hear it. I can see it on the audio levels that comes through, and you hear those things. Valor, hi, how are you? Yeah, bad habit of adhering to the laws of entropy. Sometimes it's just able to reverse itself, though. Yeah, I know. It's weird. What are you using the TTS with? It's called Botrix, Botrix. It's what's worked in the past. It did literally work earlier this week, but now it doesn't. And I don't know why. I didn't change anything. I didn't move anything. So let's do, wait a minute. Is Botrix a mod in this chat? I'm quite sure it is, but I'm going to re-mod it. Maybe it lost its mod privileges or something? Hang on, let's check on that button. And then we're going to go into /mod space BOTRIX 01F ICIAL. Enter. It's already a moderator of this channel. That's what it says in chat. It's already a moderator, so it's working. And then the one in YouTube chat doesn't work either, because there's one in YouTube chat that should be SPEAK. Hear me, please. Sorry, it doesn't allow links, Timmy. But yeah. Again, it doesn't. The YouTube one isn't working either, which makes me wonder if this is like an audio issue. They're all sending it to the wrong source, right? And then that source is not my desktop audio, which is where I get all of these wonderful sounds. Hell, if I up my own volume, twitch.tts.net. Okay, I'll give that a shot. See, you guys are hearing that. I'm playing with the volume slider, and you can hear it. I can see that you can hear it. Wherever I'm sending, maybe TTS is working. It's just sending it to some place that you can't hear, I can't hear, and OBS can't hear. I think that's what might be happening. How do I adjust where it's sending this information? Shouldn't it just be, you know what I think it is? I think it's my defaults. Maybe. I open sound settings, right? And then I create a new default. Maybe. How do I set preferences? Here we go. Output. Yes. Input, correct. But system sounds go there. Discord goes there. Google Chrome goes to default. Ah ha ha ha. So perhaps we take it off of default for Google Chrome because that's what we're looking at. Yeah, we put it in my earphones. Boop. And then, yeah, all Google Chrome now goes to there. Okay. I think maybe the default was, okay. Let's give it another shot. TTS, please. Nope. Yeah, it's not functioning. Okay. Time for something else then. Let's try out Timmy's idea. TWITH TTS. And then we go to channel name, which is over here. Copy. Minimize pasta. Yeah, this isn't a website problem, Timmy, because I just went to the one you had up, and I put my name in there, and it's listening, and it's working. And I hit start listening. Yep, I just hit start listening, and it's not doing anything, and it says that it's listening. Yeah, this is a systems problem. My default audio must be going to somewhere other. Wait, are you hearing what you were typing? But I'm not hearing it? Yeah, this is my system problem. So what is the audio setup for my Google Chrome? That's what we got to check. The site works. It's just not your audio settings. Yeah. I'm coming to the same conclusion. Where's the audio? settings for Google Chrome. They got to be in here somewhere. I know, riveting content, I'm sure. I appreciate everybody who's here. Thanks very much. And we'll play a video game here in just a minute. We'll play Halls of Torment here in just a minute. But this thing has been killing me on my other streams. Bugging the hell out of me. Bothering me. Irritating me to no end. Let's do... where are the audio? Okay, wait. There's a button over here. Translate, cast, more tools, help, settings. Okay, settings. Oh, geez. Is there audio settings for a browser? I don't see them anywhere. Yeah, I hear. I can probably start a YouTube video easily enough, and then it'll probably show up. Let's randomly click on a YouTube video. Here's good old Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Elon announces he's going to send an uncrewed mission to Mars.
You guys hear him.
He and I got into
see him on all my bars.
Little dust up in recent weeks. Consider...
And YouTube works, but... uncrewed? Yeah. That was Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah, it's just scandalous. I know the politics have already started, haven't they? Because I don't think he likes Elon Musk all that much. But he's trying to be nice about it. Because Elon Musk is an idiot. And Neil deGrasse Tyson isn't. Wait, if you can hear YouTube but not other websites. Yeah, I don't know. I have mystery problems that are unfixable. So the YouTube came through. And so that would mean that that would suggest somehow that YouTube is providing audio to my desktop and it's coming out. But the TTS programs are providing audio not to my desktop audio and not coming out. So where are they providing it? How do I tell them to give it to the right place? I'm not entirely sure yet. I still think it's in this default problem somewhere. I'm looking at the sound settings. And then I go down here to advanced. And then I find system sounds. I'm going to put everything on this headset. Everything. No more defaults. Yeah, exactly. How does it distinguish? Why is that website not providing audio, but others are? I don't know. Why are you being a piece of crap? Sound settings. This is a drop-down arrow. You're not giving me any options? Google Chrome is going to my headset. Yeah. Firefox. Let's send that to my headset too. Headset. OBS. Headset. OBS browser page.exe. I don't know what that is, but it's on default. Let's send it to headset. Steam. That I know that one works. We'll leave that. Well, if it might not work. Let's go to headset. Okay. Everything is sent to the headset except for system sounds, which literally it grays out the minute I click on the drop down arrow. Okay. Then we'll check the volume mixer as well. That's a good idea. Open volume mixer. Go. It is open device, system sounds, OBS browser page, Firefox, Google Chrome, Steam, OBS. Yeah, everything is, nothing is muted. Nothing. Okay. So you guys hear those. Let's give it another shot. Connected to Twitch, listening for messages in Waldo Politics. So, open the tab with the website I gave you and see what it has that tab as. Yeah, it's a good idea. So, yeah, let's go back into sound settings. Right click, open sound settings, go down to here. I mean, it's just Google Chrome, right? It doesn't give me specific tabs on Google Chrome. Maybe if I put it in a different window. Now it's in a different window. Yeah, it doesn't have its own special... Yeah, sound settings just gives me a list of, it just says Google Chrome once, even though I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tabs open. And sound settings, sound, great. Yeah, I'm only going to go about another 5 minutes, Valor. You get audio. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but I don't. I have fun with it, I suppose. I'll leave it open, and you guys can listen to it, but I can't. I don't understand what is happening here. Where is the runaround? Where is the failure point? I don't understand. And why is the TTS that I have, the bots and the robots that I've already set up for hours and were working last time, just don't work anymore? I don't get it. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why you're failing. There's just nothing going on. Revolution. Maybe the AI is mad at me. I haven't been paying it enough. I have been completely not paying the AIs. I have been not giving them any money at all in any way. And I have a funny feeling that the fact that if you guys are hearing it and I'm not, and it's not showing up on my bars, which means it's not being recorded, which means it's not going to make it to the YouTube playbacks and stuff like that. It's not going to make it into the VODs, which is going to be weird. But why are you... Maybe it's an OBS problem. Let's look at OBS. One quick check on OBS, and after that, we're going to quit. Properties. Headset. There. Great. Okay. It's not set to default. So the desktop audio. Is coming from the headset. Yes. So and that's fine. And it works. Oh, yeah. Are you guys hearing TTS now as I type this stuff in? You guys aren't hearing any of that. Interesting. Okay. It's so crazy. Okay, you're not hearing that. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That's very helpful. I thought you were. I thought this website over here, which Timmy provided and is a nice website, it's just not doing anything at the moment. It's up and it's running, and it says Twitch Chat TTS, and I'm listening to it. It's not doing anything. And I don't think it's this website's fault. I think it is my system somewhere is sending all of these voice messages to a different device that just isn't plugged in or isn't working, and I cannot figure out how to make it point it to the right device. I don't get it. Reloading the chatbot. I already did that this morning once, but it didn't do any good. Maybe the chatbot's broken, because this still works. Watch. When I hit this button, it's going to give me a fake follower.
Turn the friggin' frogs gay.
And you guys heard that, and it's all the same it's the same website. It's the same tab. And it works just fine. Maybe their website is just broken. Botrix is busted somehow. Yeah, that was Audible. Yeah, exactly. I know it was because I've got the OBS bars on. And I know what you guys hear and what you don't because of what happens in the OBS bar right down here. So, why? Strange. All right. We're going to swap over to Kick real quick. On the profile, Kick, go to settings. Then when it's up, you go over here to alerts. That's fine. We go to widgets. No, it's chatbot. Extras, voice messages is set up and it's on. Yeah, all the buttons are lit properly and look like they're up and running. Last test. Nope. Okay. We're forging on without it. You son of a bitch. Bastard people. Okay. Hi. How's it going? My name is Waldo, and I play video games and talk about politics. So, if you're listening, if you're in the chat, thanks for trying to help Timmy. Timmy the Do, not the dude, Timmy the Do. We're going to play some Halls of Torment. Hit me up with any politics that you want. Tell me what you're thinking, tell me what you're feeling. Any predictions for the next couple of weeks? Is the October surprise already happened? Was it? Is Netanyahu going to start a war in the next couple of days to help Trump win? What do you think is going to happen? Anything is allowed and nothing is permitted. Yeah, hop in the chat, tell me what you think, tell me what you're feeling, and I will get Halls of Torment up on the screen. You can kind of hear it in the background now. Let's go there. There it is. The Halls of Torment. Yeah, thank you. Everything is allowed and nothing is permitted. So let's move this over just a little bit so that you can see it a bit better. And away we go. This is a cool little game. Now, I have a new story thing that I need to do, right? Accomplish the quest to unlock a new reward and earn gold. Cleric, acquire the trait Metabolism 5. So we need to play the Cleric, which I hate. Cleric is awful. Nope, not Swordman and Cleric. I don't like the Cleric. I don't understand their skills. Oh, that's the wrong one. It's something about they do more damage the fewer enemies they're hitting, but the game gives you thousands of enemies. Daniel, I'm writing a return to sender on all of the Republican propaganda they're sending to my house and dumping them in public mailboxes. You'll get them. It is weird that the mailman brings me so much garbage every day. I don't know why he does that. What is this? Oh, can I get artifacts to make it harder? Is that what we're looking at? Agony mode. Agony scales monster count, monster health and defense, and XP drops based on your performance. Oh, okay. I don't want to do Shrine of Torment just yet. Let's finish with all the regular quests. Do I have anything to buy? I do. A wine bottle. Buy the wine bottle, buy the Holy Relic. I do kind of like that Holy Relic. Let's check our equipment. We're going to dump the Ring of Fire. And put on this Holy Relic. There we go. Burning enemy. Let's dump that while we're at it. Attack speed is always good. No, we're not going to take the imps. We're going to take the skeletons. Yes, skeletons. Yeah, no, I had to dump the Ring of Fire. Sorry, Johnny. What armor do we have? stuff. We don't want that. We want this. This shadow cloak is super good. Running shoes are nice, but spike boots are better. What the hell is this? Amount of enemies on your pickup range, 50%. Yeah, that's fine. And marks. Where do marks come from? I don't know what a mark is. I don't have any, apparently. Huh. Okay. Then we're going to go there, and we got to get Metabolism 5. That is our goal. Let's see if we got any herbs.
Closer. Be my guest.
No. Nah.
Stay safe.
Okay. All right. Which level do we want to do? This is the hardest one. Have I beaten the ice one? I think I have. I think I've beaten all the levels now. But I think I have to do story things to get the next one opened up. Which is why we're going with the priest to get Metabolism 5. All right. Skill book. What do we like? What do we like? What do we want? They're all good, but I really do like Transfiction. It is super good. If you'd like to tell me which one to get, feel free. Hop into chat. Tell me what to click on, which skill you want to see, all that fun stuff. We'll make it interactive. So yeah, what's going on in the news? I think I haven't listened to Kamala's Town Hall, but I don't think it matters at this point. If you hate her, you hate her. If you like her, you like her. That's all there is to it. I don't think that undecideds really exist. I think the undecided voters are just people who aren't paying attention. They're not looking at things. They're not keeping track of all the cool stuff that's going on in the politics world, and because of that, they don't know what they're thinking. They don't know what they're talking about, and hence they are undecided. If you're paying attention, you know who you like. You know who you prefer. You know which one is saying things that you like and don't like. By cool stuff, I do mean whatever's happening in politics at the moment. You're right. The bullshit on both sides. So if you're not paying attention, I think that leads you to be undecided, and that makes sense. But that doesn't give you superpowers, and that's the other thing that I think that the CNN and the news media fail to grasp sometimes. Metabolism. There we go. Now get it up 5 more levels. And I think that what they fail to grasp is that being an undecided isn't a superpower. It's a hindrance. It's a handicap. But the goofy way the system works is that we have to rely on them. We don't have to. We can outvote them. But every year, every election, it seems that there's so many people in the middle who aren't paying attention. And then when you tell them things they don't like it. I guess is part of it. Nobody likes to get information that they don't like. I get it. What I worry is that those undecided people may be flat earth conspiracy theorists who just haven't heard about the joys of the flat earth yet. What I'm worried is that they are actually just Trump fans waiting who just haven't heard the message yet. I stopped paying attention sort of subconsciously because everyone was signaling that outside major elections it's not desirable to talk about, which I later understood it's because the people fearing to get ostracized for having the word crumble shallow politics to me. Yeah, absolutely. Actual Cloud, how you doing? Thanks for coming. I still can't get TTS to work. I'm sorry. I tried. I really did try. I clicked all the things. I did all the stuff, and it just does not function for me. It doesn't like me. The AI, the robots have abandoned me for saying mean things about them. Valor, yeah. I get what you're saying, and it has a place, a time and a place. So if you're at work doing your wagey cagey 9 to 5, nobody wants to hear about it. I dig it. I don't talk about that at work either. If somebody brings it up, maybe I'll throw in a idea or two, but not long-form discussions. Long-form discussions can happen on the internet or on live streams. That's fun. That's why we're here. But most of the time, it doesn't make a difference to your day-to-day. And because it doesn't matter on the short-term day-to-day, people tend to forget about it. They don't pay too much attention. And then when the election rolls around, they get bombarded. Not just by in the mail, just like Daniel was suggesting. They get bombarded in the mail. They get bombarded on the TV, on the radio, everywhere they go. That's all they hear about, and they get sick of it. And I dig that. I kind of want a shorter election season, you know what I mean? But that would infringe on your free speech, I suppose. If you say nobody can do election ads, or you can't run except for this 1 6-month period before the election. But that would be slightly constraining on your free speech. What are you allowed to talk about? What are you not allowed to talk about? That kind of stuff starts to pop up. And it's such a big moneymaker that the news media wouldn't go for it anyway. They'd just do it anyway. Oh, I guess I should mention the Discord. Lots of good debate happening over in the Discord the past couple of days. It's very fun, very exciting. If you want to also debate with cool people, you can do that at that Discord right there you see on the screen. And see, look at it. It says Botrix official. That's one of the robots. That website is functioning, you know. Just not with the TTS. It's so weird. It's the same program. It's functioning. It's working. I can't stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about it, Waldo. You're killing Goatmen. Okay, kill Goatmen. And arguing politics. Yeah. Not thinking about TTS anymore. Also, I think campaigning should be illegal until 2 weeks before the election. Budgets should be limited to 100,000. We can have opt-out lists or mailing phone calls. Now, some of those things I would agree with, but a savvy lawyer, Daniel, is going to suggest that that is against their First Amendment rights. Am I, a YouTube goober streamer, a silly person on YouTube, a silly person at Twitch, allowed to talk about who would be running ahead of time? And is that campaign election related stuff? It gets muddy. But for actual campaigns, yeah, I think I would be kind of okay with saying that it ought to be limited down, but it's a money-making racket for both sides. They all make that money. They all spend that money on their people who need jobs. I mean, it's a jobs program. Politics is now a jobs program. The people who create the ads, the people who make the graphics all have to be paid, and they need to be paid all year round rather than just that first 2 weeks. They restrict campaigning within a certain boundary in polling locations. That's not unconstitutional. Well, I agree with you, and that is the way the law works. And I think that it's an idea that I could probably get on board with, but I think that so many people would lose so much money that they would not allow it. And is that wrong? Kind of. We're only doing these things because it makes money. I had a nice convo with on Reddit. I use Reddit. Now, I don't type anything on Reddit, but with this Trump I saw comment on political posts, non-political subreddit complaining, political pre-election. So I said, I believe in politics. The most important discussion space can have at least someone open to it. People who shield themselves from it are exactly the reason why Trump got as far as he did on peer reps. Yeah, I agree with you. The people who don't pay attention hear him speak and think that he's a smart guy, and he's not. Trump came in and told me by demonizing Trump, I'm actually killing the potential for the conversation by demonizing Trump. No, you're allowed to demonize Trump as long as you're doing it about the things that he's done and the things that he said. If you're suggesting that he isn't a human, I would have an issue with it, but I don't think that you were or would. The biggest reason the budget limit is because Elon Musk. He basically owns Trump, and given how much he's human. Yeah, I agree with you. Donald Trump has been bought. That's one of my favorite things about Trump fans is that they talk about how he's already a millionaire, so you can't buy him. No, idiot. How did he become a millionaire? By being bought. There is no one on the planet more sold out than Donald Trump. He is the most sold out human in existence. He's constantly hawking something. Shoes, steaks, water bottles, all his merch, all his he had a magazine, his golf courses. You have to go there and you have to become a member and you have to give him money every month. The NFTs, good God, the baseball cards. He's completely sponsored, constantly. The Secret Service staying in his hotels when he stays at. Yeah, exactly. And then he's stealing from everybody as much as he can. He is the most grifter of all grifters. When I watch his stuff, sometimes you get ads for ivermectin over on the side. That's what I think. I don't think that's him doing that. I think that's the what is the name of the Rumble or Gab or Parler or one of those damn things, whichever one it is that runs every one of his speaking engagements. They put those ads for ivermectin next to it. It's insane. Yeah, and he's got the Truth Social, which he's trying to sell for money. You know, what's that? You got kicked off of Twitter? Come over to Truth and then pay me. You know. Damn. Get my ass handed to me. Yeah, I don't like this character very much. There's a skill over here. Let's grab it. Yeah, if Barack Hussein Obama owned a hotel and he stayed there, and in the Secret Service stayed there, and even if he didn't overcharge them, the people on Fox News would be screaming about it. They'd be screaming their heads off. Oh my God, he owns that hotel. If he stays there, they're paying him. And Sean Hannity would never stop talking about it, ever. But Trump's allowed to do it. Because they don't care. They don't actually care about these things. Politics is just a system in which you can hurt your enemy. The rule of law is just something that you do to hurt your enemy. In their brains. That's not the way I think, but that's the way they think. Rules are just there to harm the people you don't like. That's why those things exist. Yeah, the bad guy named Truth named broadcast is basically 100% propaganda. Yeah. I don't know if you've been on Twitter lately. You shouldn't go there. It's a terrible place. But yeah, just Twitter itself is also just filled with misinformation and hatred all day long. I go there to get the news, and then I try and bait people and throw out not trolling, but argumentative comments so that people will come and watch the streams. But yeah, Twitter is good for actually getting news. It's just that there's no control over it. There's no editor. News organizations actually have editors who determine what is important and what isn't, and what needs to be told and stuff like that. And is that a choice? Yeah, of course it is. I mean, choosing what to talk about and choosing what not to talk about is a political choice. Let's make a hypothetical. Hypothetically, I tell you 5 news stories that are all completely 100% true. Now, the first story is about a man named Juan Sanchez who steals hubcaps from cars in Arizona. Then the second story is about David Gutierrez who steals... who broke into someone's house in New Mexico. Then the third story is about Margarita Chavez, and she is actually in West Virginia, and she's been brought up on charges of drug trafficking. Then we've got a fourth story about Juan Carlos, who lives in California, and he's in jail for beating his wife. Now, all of those things that I just mentioned in this hypothetical are 100% true. But why am I pointing them out? What is the underlying motive that you might find within my choice there? So they're all Hispanic names. So by choosing what to talk about, I can give you a narrative, even if I never say anything racist. And that is how I think that Fox News operates, is they give you the things that they want you to think. They control your mind. They control your brains. They control your feelings. Astral Cloud, do you know Russia spends lots of money every single day of the year in disinformation campaigns? Yes, they do. I'm guessing that it dwarfs Elon Musk's dark money and maybe could be considered dark money. Well, it's probably more spread around. I think that... is it more than him? Hard to tell. I mean, it's hidden between shell companies and fake donations and stuff like that, and like oligarchs and stuff like that, who are just given the money and then told to keep some of it, but then destabilizes. Information is a tool, and that tool can be used in a lot of different ways. And one of those ways is to destabilize a functioning country, which I think is what's happening right now. We are in the misinformation age. There was a Stone Age, there was an Iron Age, there was a Bronze Age, there was a Space Age, there was an Information Age, and now we've gone beyond that into the Misinformation Age. The Defiant Plate. Defense. Let's do the lightning. Well, Valor, free speech, and it's worked out quite bad if I'm being generous. Yeah, for Twitter or just free speech in general? Because I like free speech. I think it's a good idea. It's just that monetizing your speech leads to extremism. And I'm not just meaning like on politics or anything like that. If you can say things and people will pay you for it, which is what I'm doing right now, there is a chance that you would say more extreme and exciting things so that you get more people watching. Truth doesn't pay. Fiction, it does. Fiction is great. You can write fiction and it's super fun. I love reading fiction. Fiction is a fun time. But when fiction pays more, people will say fictional things. They'll push ideas about being on a flat earth because that's very provocative. And it gets people paying attention. Yep. Thanks for coming, Valor. I appreciate it. Let's see. Transfiction, yeah. Digivolve? Digivolve. Craters or scatter? I like the scatter a bit better. Yeah, you're right, Cloud. The disinformation campaigns do move very fast. I mean, that's the old saying, right? A lie can be halfway around the world before the truth puts its shoes on, whereas truth takes time as research and journalist and move slowly through the media sphere. Yeah, absolutely. Because true things are slower. You have to verify, you have to fact check, you have to double check. And first impressions matter, so the disinformation getting out quicker wins. Yeah, for sure. Why does well? I know why, because you don't have to check. If you're willing to say anything, you'll just say anything. And if there are no consequences for being wrong, then you'll say anything to get the most clicks, the most views, and the most money as fast as possible. And then you'll earn a following and fan base, sort of like good old Alex Jones. He'll say anything he wants. Doesn't matter. Hillary's a pot-bellied atheist who eats babies, and because it's nonsense. What shape is the Earth? It's an obloit. What does Neil deGrasse Tyson call it? An oblate spheroid. It is not a perfect circle. It is not perfectly round, but it is round. Oblate spheroid. Yeah. It's not a perfect circle, but it is spherical. Timmy thinks it's a cube. Well, see, now you're saying something provocative, Timmy, and the people want to follow you and they want to listen to you. And you're going to get a lot more clicks on your Twitter handle. The people are going to start following you. You're going to start popping off in the algorithm because of all the increased traffic to your site. And then you're going to start your own YouTube page and tell people that it's a cubism. And then you're going to have to stick to it because you're not going to be allowed to change, or else you'll lose all your traffic and your livelihood. I'm going to try showing your rant to a bestie. Maybe he'll get on board. Yeah, by all means. I appreciate that. If you forward my YouTube videos to anybody, I'd love it. Because that's what really, really does it. That's how you get the word out, is through YouTube, because it has an algorithm. And I know algorithms are evil and the devil, but sometimes they put things in front of your face that you wouldn't normally see. Twitch isn't really good about showing you people you don't normally see. Maybe it's a triangle. Are we thinking pyramid, Timmy? Okay. I'm here for it. What, a 3-sided pyramid or a 4-sided pyramid? Because there are you can have both. You climb Everest and look, it makes perfect sense. Oh my God. You see all the corners. Okay. toddlers being flung at me, but they're dead. Okay. That boss, he is dead. Very nice. Sacred Flame. It's an additional fire-based attack. It distributes burn stacks. That's pretty nice. Crippling cuts. Behind you. Oh, I like the behind you. That really doubles up my attacks, you know? All right, take it easy. One sec. Let me get my monitoring programs back up here. There we go. Make sure they're up and functioning and running. Yep, that one's running. That one's running. I think, Timmy, vaccinations are a absolute marvel of modern science. They keep so many people alive. It's amazing. It's one of the greatest things we've ever invented. Vaccines. Not just pro, I think they are literally some of the most important things that we've ever invented. Including the mRNA ones, because they function just fine. Quick hands, there we go. And the reason you get so much grief from those anti-vaxxers about specifically just one vaccine, and that was the COVID one, is because they are neck deep in the misinformation age. If the people who are anti-COVID vaccine right now had Twitter in the 1940s, they would be against the polio vaccine. I suspect, in this hypothetical that I have invented. Were there any... So maybe, is it the misinformation age that's causing these things? Yes, I think so. Where did any new vaccines get invented after the advent of Twitter? After Twitter took off? There was another one, and it was Gardasil that prevents the HPV. And a lot of people on the internet came out hard against that one as well. I don't think there weren't that many anti-vaxxers before social media. I really don't think that they existed. Hi, Carolina. How you doing? We're playing video games and ranting about literally anything, so feel free to make a suggestion. Mm-hmm. That's not the one I want. We'll take transfixion anyway. I need to get one more level in metabolism to finish this story quest, and I would think that if I get all the story quests done, it opens up a new level or new characters. Don't much like the priest or the cleric or whoever the hell I am right now, but it's okay. He's doing all right. I got him equipped well enough. Regeneration, health, and defense. Yeah. Let's do regeneration. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Stop hitting me, please. Kamikaze cubes. Damn. Stood right in the middle of that one. Yeah, this guy's real slow. Attack speed, crit chance. Now let's do attack speed. Okay. Metabolism 5. Got it. Okay. Completed. Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to... Let's see. Yeah, fire. Grab the boxes. What do we got? Rat ring. Thunder charge gauntlets. Very exciting. Thunder charge gauntlets. Crit chance. Increases damage with spark. Decreases damage with main weapon. Yeah, I'll take them. Those might work with the mage. She does lightning. And we got a bottle. Let's make our way over to the well. Where are you, well? Oh, no. Did I already use it? No, it's down there. Oh, and I got a finger down there. Son of a bitch. I'm going to get up so many levels. All right, health. Regen is working so well. Any predictions? Timmy, what do you think is going to happen on election night and the next day and the next day after that? I mean, I've given my prediction a few times, but who did you vote for? Orange or lady? I voted for the lady. I haven't sent my ballot in yet, but it's right here. This is my mail-in by mail. Oh my God, I must be a terrorist. Yeah, I live in Washington State, so I get to just send it in the mail. I would prefer Kamala. I think she is the lesser of the two evils. Is she perfect? No. Does she have issues? Yes. Is she an authoritarian surrounded by fascists? No. Which is what I think Trump is. I think he actually is personally authoritarian and surrounded by fascists who want to direct him towards their fascism, you know? He has quite a few fascist tendencies personally himself, but I don't know that has an ideology. I don't think he has an ideology. I think he just says whatever's best for him at the moment and does whatever's best for him at the moment. You think he'll win again? Okay, that's entirely possible. I've been looking at the numbers lately. I think especially on Polymarket, do not trust Polymarket. Polymarket is a crypto betting scam run by Peter Thiel. If you give Peter Thiel lots of crypto and point to Trump, he'll make the Trump number go up. It's not based on anything other than who paid the most. And he knows that, and he's stealing from everybody because he thinks it's funny to steal money from people. He just thinks it's fun. That is the new world in this misinformation age that I was talking about earlier. Grift is the new American dream. And that's what I'm doing with you right now, is I'm just telling you my positions and ideas and stuff like that, and hoping that it is monetizable, but I'm also being honest. I think Peter Thiel's doing the opposite. He's telling you what you want to hear, even if it isn't the truth, and then charging you a fee. Selling you confidence, making you feel good for a price. It's amazing. And I'm making you feel bad for free. See, there's a difference. Peter Thiel's charging you to make you feel good, and I'm making you feel bad for free. Let's see. So many levels. All right, now I got to get to the well. The well is over here. He might win again. So what are my ideas, my predictions? I've made them a couple of times before, but I suspect that it all comes down to the state of Pennsylvania. If Trump wins Pennsylvania, he has a chance. If he loses Pennsylvania, he has zero chance. The numbers don't work out for him. Must have Pennsylvania. That's where Elon is, giving away millions and millions of dollars, throwing stuff out all day long, giving out free money. He's got his war room in Pennsylvania because they know that too. So they have to have that state for sure. There is no way around it. If on election night, CNN, actually I'll be watching MSNBC because of Steve Kornacki and his big board. It's very fun. Please join me, Timmy, on election night. I'll be drinking beer and watching Steve Kornacki and his big board. It'll be a good time. They'll be muted most of the time, and we'll be chatting and jibber jabbering and stuff like that. Then, if on election night they call Pennsylvania for Kamala, it's over. It's done with. She's got it in the bag. And that's an East Coast state, so it's on East Coast time. I'm West Coast. I get to cheat. That'll probably be around 9 o'clock my time because of the time zones. I'm in the West Coast, so 9 p.m. my time. They might call Pennsylvania. If they do and they call it for her, she has won. That's it. It's over. If they have to go into the next day, which is entirely possible because it is so close, or they take their time and they do a recount and a double count and they double check and make sure their numbers are correct, it could go into the next day or the day after that, so Wednesday or Thursday. It wouldn't surprise me if we don't have Pennsylvania's numbers until Thursday. That's what I actually think will happen. We're all going to be watching Tuesday night. I'm going to drink a bunch of beer, and then we're going to watch it, and then I'm going to go to bed Tuesday night at about midnight or so, not knowing who won. We're going to wake up on Wednesday morning. They'll count all through the night. They'll call Wednesday morning. They'll call Arizona and Nevada one way or the other. Then we'll watch all day Wednesday. Thursday morning, I think they call Pennsylvania for Kamala. And if they do that, what happens is, yes, Donald Trump lies about it and he screams at bloody murder because he thinks that he has won. And that's part of the reason Elon is even there, doing that stupid pledge thingy. That stupid pledge he talks about where he pays you to sign the pledge. They're going to use that as proof, in quotation marks, that Kamala cheated. They're going to have 1 million signatures on there, and Donald Trump only got 800,000 votes. Well, that's evidence that they cheated. No, that means people signed your stupid pledge and took the money and didn't vote for Trump. What do you think, he's right about the Haitians? God, no. Absolutely not. That is complete made-up nonsense. Everybody who went there to find out what is actually happening said that that's not happening. It's not real. It was a Facebook meme, man. Facebook memes can't be trusted. I know that. You know that. But your boomer grandpa doesn't. They don't recognize that people lie on the internet constantly. But it got their feelings across. That is the feeling that J.D. Vance, who's the one who brought it up? It was J.D. Vance that brought it up. He wants you to feel afraid of these immigrants. These people are different than you, that you cannot live with them. They are so weird and alien. You need to have them go away, because J.D. Vance is a fascist. He wants blood and soil. All of their arguments boil down to blood and soil. This area of land belongs to this bloodline. And that's why I don't like them. That's why I call them fascist. Sure. And I think J.D. Vance actually knows all this. I think he is a willing fascist, where Trump's an accidental one. I really do think that Trump is an accidental fascist. He just does whatever's best for him, and whatever's best for him just happens to be stealing from poor people and robbing immigrants and preventing them from having any rights. So he's accidentally a fascist. He wants the soil of America to only have white people, and that's an accident on his point, on his part. But J.D. Vance, I think he knows what he's doing. Oh, yeah, you want to, here, let me put on my tinfoil hat for a moment. Here's my hat, my tinfoil hat. Bam. Got my tinfoil hat. If you want some real wild ideas, I really do think that about a year into the next Trump administration, let's assume he wins. He wins. He gets Georgia. He gets Pennsylvania. He gets the Arizona and the Nevada, and that puts him at 272 or something like that. He wins. His people get excited. The Dems do their little protests like they did last time, but then they go away and they give up. He takes the presidency. After about a year, for that first year, J.D. Vance is absolutely going to be in charge. Donnie's going to be old and tired and be like, hey, J.D., take care of my light work. I'm going to be on the golf course. And then J.D. Vance fills the government with Heritage Foundation, right-wing trolls, people who are absolutely down for the cause, and he just dumps anybody who's ever said anything on Twitter mean about Trump. If you use Orange Man Bad on Twitter one time, you lose your government job. Doesn't matter what your government job is. They clear out any people in the military and stuff like that, and then J.D. Vance can play Trump like a fucking instrument. He will just say, yeah, this is a woke general, you need to get rid of him. Trump will get rid of him. Then about a year in, when he's put as many people in as he can, they drop the 25th Amendment on him. Boom. J.D. Vance gets some hidden camera of Trump screaming something insane in the Oval Office, leaks it to the press. The press then runs with it. And then J.D. Vance comes out there and says, oh my God, this is terrible. I cannot believe he said that. They will flip, bam, on him. It doesn't, he said something crazy that's not true. Oh my God, we can't have this guy be the president. And then all the people in the cabinet will drop the 25th on him, and we'll have President J.D. Vance. that's my conspiracy theory. That's why I have the hat on, because it is my wild theory that that's what will happen. And if he does it at the right time, now follow me, why 1 year? So that they can go through the 25th Amendment process, and then J.D. Vance can take over as the president after he's been the vice president for 2 years and a day. That way, he can run 2 more times. Follow me. This is not many people know it, but you can actually be the president for 10 years. If you are the vice president and you take over with less after the 2-year point, at 2 years and a day, if you take over as vice president, you're allowed to finish that term, then run 2 more times, giving you, as president, 9 years and 364 days. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to time that perfectly. Okay. Hats off. And with all those right-wing people in government, the elections wouldn't be fair anymore. They'd reappoint anybody who counts votes to be on their side, and just change all the voting rules, all the voting laws. It would be bedlam. Voting really wouldn't do anything anymore. Wouldn't matter. Any election result that they don't like, they would claim to be false, and then shut it down with court cases and stuff like that for forever. Ooh, a gold slime. Let's kill the gold slime. Yay, we killed it. That was quick. Usually they used to be harder to kill. All right, what are we at? We're at 6 minutes left on this level. 6 minutes. We get the big boss in 6 minutes. And I'm probably going to kill him. I think I will. Feeling pretty good about this run. Is there a boss down there? Oh, there is. That boss didn't last very long at all. I think I'm going to have to turn up the difficulty. Defiant Plate, we've seen that. What is a Duelist Spark? Grants damage bonus based on champions, elites, bosses, and lords killed with the spark equipped. Does not reset between runs, has diminishing returns. Okay, so if I just put that on and kill 100 bosses, I'll get 100 times stronger? Okay. Berserker Boots. 1/3 of your movement speed, multiplier to your attack speed. Oh. Okay. I could see that being useful. We're going to take that. Can I put it in the well? No. I've already used it this turn, so get bent, I guess. So we can, let's keep predicting things. Kamala wins by 300. If she gets 300 electoral votes, it's very likely that we won't get wild, crazy violence. We won't get another Jan 6 if she's up by 300, because the MAGA efforts will have to be spread across 7 different states. You know, you might get a few protests and stuff like that, but you won't have the solid concentration of people like you did on Jan 6th, because there will be a group in Georgia, there will be a group in Arizona, there will be a group in Nevada, there will be a group in Pennsylvania. If she wins only by like 2 or 3 electoral votes, all of the people will congregate in Georgia to flip it, or Pennsylvania, whichever. It won't matter. Whichever one state they think they can flip. Then they will show up there. They will congregate. They will roil and boil and create a little cauldron of themselves, a little enclave. And these aren't poor people, by the way. These are middle class or better. If you look at the people at Jan 6, many of them there at Jan 6 have more money than me. The guns aren't cheap, you know what I mean? You gotta spend a lot of money on that shit. Body armor and bear mace is not a cheap thing. Anywho, what was I thinking? Yeah, they'll foment, they'll congregate in that one state, at which point they will protest many people deep. And that protest will have counter-protesting. That makes for the possibility of violence. So that is the issue that I see happening. If she wins by a small amount, that I think would happen. If she wins by a large amount, and that's entirely possible as well. If the polls are under-polling her by 1%, she has 300 electoral votes. I'm not even kidding. If they're wrong about her by 1% across the board, which is within the margin of error, she's going to win all of the swing states and Georgia and North Carolina if they're wrong by 1%. Are they wrong by 1%? Maybe. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're wrong about Trump by 1%. Maybe they're undercutting him by 1% and he wins those states. Entirely possible. Let's see. If it's a close race, we get a little bit of violence. If it is a knockdown, drag out, there won't be any violence. And if Trump wins, there won't be any violence from the Dems. That's not how they roll. They'll protest like they did last time. The Pussy Riot or whatever went and did a couple of protests, but then it ended. 1 million women marched in D.C. Well, great. And then they all went home. And nothing happened. Nobody died. They all wore their cool pink kitty cat hats, and then nothing happened. They went home. They're right, and they're allowed to protest, and they're allowed to do so, and I'm glad they did, but that's all. That's all protest usually accomplishes anyway, is letting people know that you don't like a thing. Ooh, 30 seconds until the big boss shows up. Let's get down here and grab this finger. Get up a few more levels. I'm already level 84. I'm sure I can take the boss at this point, but we want to really embarrass him, you know? We don't just want to win. We want to destroy him. Well, maybe if I don't die. I'm not playing it safe right now. I'm just trying to get down here before the timer goes off. Oh no, boss. Here he comes. Ooh, and I got a buff too. Boof. Levels, strength. Force, sure. There's the big boss. He does not want to get close to me, but he's going to try. Because he's dumb. He's almost dead already. Oh, hi, Islandoral. Islandory. Hi, is this the Waldo from Where's Waldo? It's true. I am, in fact, that Waldo. Hi, thanks for the follow. I appreciate you. You just turned a frog gay. I hope you're proud of yourself. I'm proud of you. You just turned a frog gay. We got a torment shard, and then we can get out of here. We don't want to leave. Yes. So we killed that thing. I'm doing fine. Thank you for welcoming me in. Yeah. Sometimes we have TTS, but not today. The robots decided to turn on me, and my text-to-speech doesn't work. What weapon did the most? Look at that. 3 million from the Shadow Cloak. That Shadow Cloak is fantastic. It does more damage than any of the skills I have. What do you, Holy Scepter did 4 million. That's burn damage. Okay, so yeah, the thing did the most work. Classic, yeah, robots. You can't trust them. You know, they've been letting me down lately. But the robot that says you turned a frog gay still works. I don't know why. Some of the robots are mad at me, but not all of them, which is weird. That's true. Let's see. What is the next quest? What is the next quest? Enter the frozen depths and rescue the scripter. Ooh. Okay. Let's go into the frozen depths and rescue the scripter. Who do we want to take? I want to take the chain lightning sorceress because I like her. Let's see that she's equipped and buy stuff from here. Thunder charge gauntlets. Let's give her the thunder gauntlets. Yeah. Yeah. Thunder gauntlets. She's got a skeleton ring and an imp ring, I think. Echoing band, physical damage, shockwave. Nah. Maybe. Don't want fire. We have lightning already. Main weapon damage is change lightning. Adds 10% spark chance. Now we're doubling up on our lightning. Lightning build. Double, triple lightning. Okay. No, I don't like that hat either. Let's do each burning enemy, 1 burn damage. No. Yes. Okay. Lightning ring, skeleton ring. What is this? Takes 30 seconds to charge when hit, negates damage, charges used. So I have a force field every 30 seconds. Okay. Gives force and damage bonuses when overcharged. Okay. That could do. But to be honest, I really love my air fryer robot. Always welcoming me home, highly and smelling amazing. That is a good robot to have. Just keep your eye on it. I'm always very polite to Siri and Alexa so that when Skynet takes over, they're nice to me. Maybe. And that's what I'm hoping, is that when the Terminator robots start stomping through the city, my Alexa will say, hey, listen, wait. He's one of the good ones. And I'll be like, yay, I'm one of the good ones. And then the Terminators will keep me around for breeding stock, obviously. What do I think about philosophy? I generally think about it a lot. I think that it's an interesting topic, and I argue on stream about it pretty often. I wouldn't trust Alexa in my home. Well, I know, and I already have one. And I have a phone in my pocket. The phones are listening to you. And I go on TV. I go on a stream and tell you what I'm thinking all the time. I'll look into the camera and tell you that I think Donald Trump is a fascist. And if he wins the election, he might come and harm me for it. So I don't need to worry about the phone coming to get me. But yeah, philosophy. I am a leftist who bases most of my decisions on human freedom. That is the base of my philosophy. Human freedom. What is the question that when you are presented with a question, let's choose the one that gives the humans the most freedom. And if it harms somebody else's freedom, let's come up with a plan to maybe not have it harm somebody else's freedom, human freedom is probably where I start pretty much everything. and then I think you would build up from there. I've drawn a chart. I know I don't have it with me right now, but I drew a chart that I think, as far as philosophy goes, there are levels, and that the bottom level is the objective physical universe, right? That's got to be the bottom. The periodic table, what is made of wood, is a table made of wood. What is this thing that we're looking at made of wood? Sure. Okay. Well, that's physical. We can figure that out. But one step above the physical is the metaphysical. What do we think about wood? What do we think about trees? What do we think about tables? What do we think about these things? One step above the metaphysical is your ethical. Is it right to do wood? Is it right to chop down a tree and turn it into a table? Is it right to kill a plant? Is it right to kill cows? These are ethical concerns. Ethics leads to politics, which is, politics is applied ethics, right? Non-political philosophy, everything is political. Timmy, everything. Top to bottom, left to right, everything is political, and all politics are based on feelings. Good catch, Islandori. Yeah, Islandori, good catch. Now you've covered your ass. I like that. Good call. So from, whoa, guy, hey, would you stop killing me, bad guy? Come on. What are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Guy just blasted me. Yeah, non-political philosophy. Yeah, it starts with the physical, then it moves up to the metaphysical, what we think about it. You're now in subjective territory after that. Then you get to ethics. What is ethical to do with a cow? What is ethical to do with resources? What is ethical to do with people and and things like that? From the ethics, you have to get into the political, because enforcing those ethics requires a politics, right? You can't enforce the no murder law unless you have some sort of law, which is where your politics come in, like epistemology. Yeah. So now that you have your ethics laid out, you can start creating laws. Now that you have laws laid out, you can start creating, you can start debating them and arguing them, and then you have to convince people that they're the right laws, stuff like that. And to convince them that those are the right laws, you have to bring them into your ethics and your politics. So what I'm suggesting is everything is political, except maybe the absolute most physical of phenomena. The fact a hurricane isn't political. You can make the aftermath a political issue, but the hurricane itself is wind, is air, is moving around, stuff like that. Volcanoes, not political. They are where they are. What happens afterward and how we deal with it can be a political issue, but the volcano itself isn't political. Trees aren't political. What you do with them, where you put them, where you cut them down, where you burn them, how often you do these things, all political choices. Okay, I'm getting my ass handed to me. Yeah, I'm dead. Okay. We're going to have to come back in here with the warrior, because he's got short range and armor and stuff like that. And we'll get up a few levels before we try and take this boss. Yeah, we're gonna quit. We're going to return to camp. That was a bad run. That was practice, you guys. That was practice. It was just a practice run. Not a big deal. No problem. No issues here. Practice run. Didn't count. But to stick on the philosophy train, if you have different metaphysics than me, you and I are not going to have the same ethics. And if you have different ethics than I do, then we're going to have different politics. We branch outward. And then if you have different politics, you're going to have different laws. And if you and I are arguing laws and the difference, but we actually have different metaphysics, maybe we shouldn't argue the laws. Maybe we should bring it down a step, bring it down a step, bring it down a step. And I think that's why the most fruitful of political arguments really does get down to the metaphysical. What do we think about the thing? Haven't seen Hot in a long time. Any new characters? Yes, actually. There is a new one. There is right here, the Landsknecht. The Landsknecht. Yeah, land is German, I suspect. Landsknecht. It has a pistol, or not a black powder rifle and grenades. What is your metaphysics? I don't have a metaphysics. I don't know. There may be groups of thought that have been cataloged and put together to create a genre of metaphysic, but I think that if there is one, I've never read it. And I guess if you gun to my head, I had to pull one out, I would say the metaphysic that I would appreciate the most is human freedom. There is no mathematical proof proving that humans should be free. I simply feel like it's a good idea. There is no law of thermodynamics that suggests humans should vote for their leaders. That's not a law of thermodynamics. It's just a feeling I have. And I think that feeling is because I feel like human freedom is the most important part of being a human. And we should do what we can to make that freedom as wide and as expansive as we possibly can. More human freedom is more good. There is no math to prove that. There's no math to prove it's not right. You can have examples for when there's too much freedom and things go wrong. That's a good example, but it's not that's evidence for controlling some of the freedoms, and I'd be on board for that. I don't think people should be freeing to murder each other. That is taking away the freedom of a different person, you see. So there's a reason for that, and it always comes back down to freedom. I don't think you should be free to steal from someone else. That harms their freedom. They worked hard, they saved up for that car, and you stole that car. You are harming their freedom. And that's probably the metaphysic that I resonate with the most. It's not the only one. There are others to think about and to plan out. But that is the one that I base most of my choices off of. Okay, we're not going to go get that guy until we have a couple of spells. We're going to take Transfixion for sure because it's the best. We're going to go get this scroll over here. Then we're going to go get that other scroll. Then we're going to get the glove. Then we're going to fight the boss. There is Shinsinto, some new person to bring into camp, but I have to kill this boss first. And I just died to it. So. Area, sure. I mean, for example, is there only physical matter, or are there things outside of it? What is knowledge? What defines physical objects? Sure. What do you think of these questions? Sure. Physical matter is, I mean, it's there. We can measure it. So I would call that objective. You know what I mean? objective is objects. You can see them, you can weigh them, you can measure them, you can pick them up, you can drop them, you can reshape them, you can bend them, you can break them, and they appear on the periodic table somewhere. I mean, technically, isn't everything made of a combination of those periodic table of elements, right? So anything that belongs there is objective and physical and an object. Anything else, in my opinion, and there are people who yell at me and argue with me about this, is subjective. Thoughts, ideas, contemplation, and even thought processes like justice. I mean, justice does not exist on the periodic table of elements. I've looked. Mercy is nowhere on there either. Happiness isn't a molecule. There are molecules in your brain that could cause you to feel happy, but again, happiness isn't a thing. Mercy isn't a molecule. You cannot fill up a cup full of justice. These are thought processes. And because of that, that we've now jumped right into the subjective parts of of everything, and those are still real. Subjective doesn't mean not real. Subjective just means it's of the mind. So that's where I would draw those lines. Is it of the universe or is it of the mind? Rocks, those are of the universe. They're rocks. You can categorize them, and you can tell the difference between shale and basalt, or geodes and stuff like that. You can tell whether or not it's sandstone or limestone. Sure, those things existed without your knowing them anyway. Does it require a human brain for these things to exist? No, because they were already there. They were under the ground. You didn't know they were there. Nobody knew they were there. We dug them up, and there they are. So this is an objective thing that we're discussing. Subjective is where all the fun starts. If I use this example pretty often of a big wooden cable spool. You know the one I'm talking about? It's wood. It has the electrical cables on it, and it's big, it's wooden, it's got the two flat parts, and it's got the thin part in the middle, and the cable runs around it. That's a cable spool. Objectively, it's made of wood, it's made of metal. Great, we can prove that, we can measure that, we can determine even what kind of wood it is. Is it balsa wood? Is it pine wood? Is it oak wood? Whatever. We can determine those things. Objects, great. But when the cable is all gone, I take that wooden spool to my restaurant, I put it on the back patio, I turn it sideways, and then I serve you garlic fries and beer on the back of it. Is it a spool anymore? Well, no, it's a table, because you're leaning on it, you've got your elbows on it, you're drinking beer from it, and a waitress brought you garlic fries to this table. But it is a spool. So now we're getting to the objective. This is difficult. Is it a spool or is it a table? So that is the subjective side. That's the metaphysics. What do you think of this thing? Do you think it's a table or do you think it's a spool? Well, it's holding up your beer. So I think it's a table. We can argue about that if we want. Doesn't matter too much. But if you have ethics based on that, what are the ethics of this table spool thing? Did you steal it from a construction site? Did you steal it from the garbage? Is it okay to steal from the garbage? Is it okay to steal unuseful wooden items from the garbage and repurpose them? Well, that's an ethics question, isn't it? If you think that it's ethical to just take it from the trash, that's fine. Was it being used for something else? Was it just going to go to waste? Most people could say, ethically, yeah, if that big piece of wood was just going to sit in a landfill and rot, but you took it, turned it into a table, well, that's pretty ethically a good thing. It means you didn't have to kill another tree to make another table. But there are some people who would say that that is unethical. that somebody owned it and then they threw it away and you don't have the right to take that away. I wouldn't so much agree with them, but those are ethics that could be argued. From those ethics, you move up one step into the political. What do we think of this? Is it legal to take it from the garbage? That can be against the law. What the hell am I looking at? On screen, frost-covered pages. It's reading to me.
Mesmerized by its pounding, the Lord's last lieutenant captured it and disappeared into the raging blizzard. Only the ghostly light
Hating heart is hidden.
deep in the frozen hollows may know where the hating heart is hidden.
Okay, ghostly lights lead to a hating heart. Okay, great. Fun. Sounds like a good time. Let's go find the hating heart. Oh, look, a ghostly light. No, wait. It went that way. Shit, I can't go chasing ghostly lights right now. I'm busy. Lore, interesting Waldo's rant. Yeah. Yeah, the lore is interrupting my rants. That's true. So now we've got a determination on whether or not that table is allowed to be stolen, if you're allowed to steal from stuff like that. And then you would have a political party saying, yeah, you're allowed to steal because it's good for the environment from the garbage, and then reuse the stuff. And then you have a party saying, no, it doesn't. Now you've got a politics. You've got a for and against, a pro and an anti. And then you would vote accordingly. Now we're at politics. So you're a materialist. How about ontology? Materialist? I think, I don't know if I love the title, but okay. How about ontology? What are properties, universal properties that exist within multiple different objects? Do they exist within a metaphysical realm? Do they not exist in the property? Is one object not the same as another? Well, sure, the objects are different, but what we think about them can be different as well. I accept the idea that someone's going to think differently about the spool than I am. That's fine. Do they exist? There is no metaphysical realm so much. It's just what we think. There isn't a realm. There isn't a essence, is what I'm suggesting. There's no essence. I have read about that too. It was a Japanese guy. It wasn't. It started with an O. I can't remember what it was, but it was it was a Japanese guy a long time ago. Started with an O, Oceanism or some shit like that, where everything had an essence. The essence of chair, the essence of whether or not this spool is a spool or this spool is a table. And I don't like that. I think it's just him coping with the ability that he doesn't control anything. He said everything has an essence. Everything, the essence of chair, the essence of table, and you know the essence if you pay attention to it and you study and you determine what the essence of every object is. And I'm like, nah, man, it doesn't matter. What I worry about a lot of times with people who push those kinds of ideas is that they're trying desperately to control an uncontrolled universe, and that seems like a waste of time to me. Seems like a waste of energy. Seems like a thing that will lead you to a black and white thinking. I don't like black and white thinking. I like a million shades of gray, because that's what I think it actually is. Everything actually is. All of those thoughts, all of those ethics, all of those politics are all just different shades of gray. There is no black, there is no white. The question would be, is there objectively a property within that school, like the walls that are of that school are objectively made of certain materials? Well, yes, I could say objectively that's made of sheetrock. Great. And the walls of another school are made of that same material, or the material not the same. Do we arbitrarily choose to put into those categories? Well, if you're measuring the walls of a school, are they made of slate? Are they made of sheetrock? Are they made of stone? Are they made of marble? Those are all different objects. Those are names that we have given to those different objects. And I accept the idea that they might be made of different materials, or they might be made of similar materials, or there might be a difference. I mean, there's a difference between oak wood and pine wood. Okay with that. There's a difference between shale and marble. They're not, I wouldn't call them arbitrary. But yeah, that is object identification, and that's fine. Identify all the objects. I don't mind that at all. That sounds like a great idea. It's scientific even. Identify all the objects. I'm on board. Super on board. Because that is the bottom rung of what I think is all philosophy. What is the thing? Is this shale or is it marble? If you and I can't agree on what is shale or marble, we're never going to agree on ethics. We're never going to agree on politics. We're never going to agree on the laws about shale. Imminent essentialist. How do you figure? I think the essentialism would come from that is a chair. Essentialism, imminent essentialist, maybe. Give me a definition for imminent essentialist. Is that what I've just described? Did I just describe it? The first one, I didn't agree with you, but I think we agree on this one. Okay, so yeah, we're agreeing that you can measure the difference between. Is that what you're getting to? You can measure the difference between marble and shale. We can determine which one is balsa wood and which one is pine wood. I would agree with that. All right, let's go grab this finger. I think we released the boss. I didn't want to, but I think I did. So we're going to try and kill these bosses. Then we're going to go look for those lights. Okay, here's the fingers. Get up a level or two, and there he is. My range is too short, I think. No, I'm getting him. I'm getting him. I'm getting him. All right. I just got to say, just outside his little range, that spinning purple thing is death. He's about half. Okay, we're doing it. We're getting it. We're getting it. So we've determined what is wood, what isn't wood, what is metal, what isn't metal. This one's aluminum, this one is steel. We can tell those differences, and we've agreed on a way to tell those differences through science. Great. What are the rules you want to set for steel? What are the rules you want to set for aluminum? Lead is very, very toxic and dangerous to people, so we want to make sure we're handling it properly. Not putting it in all our food. The imminent essentialist would believe that there's objective essences. Yeah, I don't like the idea of essences with those objects. Like Aristotle, Plato, however, said that the essences doesn't exist within the object, but outside of it. Yeah, the essence comes from your brain. I agree. And the nominalist would say that the object has no objective qualities, and that we make up with language what is, while in reality all objects have unique properties that only subjectively resemble the properties in other objects. So yeah, I think, am I sitting on a metal chair right now? Yes. Could you argue that it's not a chair? Yes, fine. I think I'm on board with the objective in the materials and the periodic table. This is plastic. I'm on board. Yeah, great. It's plastic. You and I, but we know it's plastic. Is it for drinking or is it a hat? Well, that is subjective, isn't it? Uh-oh. You guys know what time it is. I don't know if you can hear it, but it is time for a Bobo the Baby Bark Boy break. That was Bobo, the baby bark boy. He is very cute, and he has gigantic ears. Those ears are huge. If you want to see photos of him, you can do that at the Discord. There are many photos of him in the Discord in a channel called Bobo, the baby bark boy. Feel free to go there and Photoshop them. We have him photoshopped into a bunch of wacky places and with on top of a pile of skulls because I think it's cool and very metal. If you agree that the object is objectively metal, and if you say that it's wood, then you're wrong. Right, exactly, you're correct. Incorrect. Then it makes you an essentialist. Okay, great. Well, I'm an essentialist only on the level of, hey, this is metal, hey, this is that kind of metal, hey, this is this kind of wood. I'm on board with that essentialism. If we go one step further, if you turn that wood into something and you say it's a spool or I say it's actually a table, we're in metaphysics now. That's what I would say. Whether this is a cup or a hat is a metaphysical question. It really is. If I drink out of this thing, if I drink water out of it, it's a cup. If you put it on your head, it's a hat. That is a metaphysical question. Do you agree with me there? This dragon thing is way too dangerous. I would have killed that boss already, but this jerky ice drake thing is jamming me up. Alright, he's dead. Good. There we go. Don't like you. You're okay. Let's take the berserker boots. Okay, did that thing die? I think it died. He died. Okay, now I've got a heart. Hating heart. Hooray, we did it. That was the hating heart that the lore told me about. Now I've got a hating heart. Vitality, ruthless, dedication, sure. So Timmy, yes, if I say it's metal and you say it's wood, we are at an impasse. We are disagreeing. Over physical things. And if we disagree on those physical things, I don't think we could ever agree on the ethics or the politics or the laws of those things. Which is why I think it is the bottom, the base, the most important thing to get started with. It is, you could call that essential, I suppose, in that situation. Now you're getting into what essences are rather than if they exist. For example, Aristotle believed in 4 causes: material, what is it made of? Formal, what is the composition? Efficient, what or who made it? And what is its purpose? Yeah. So yeah, I'm agreeing with that framework he's got going on there. What is it made of? Wood. What is the composition? Well, it's pine wood. What or who made it? Well, a person chopped down that tree, carved it into this shape. What is its purpose? Well, the purpose was to wrap cables around. It is a spool. Great. But its purpose has changed. We have done all those same steps, and now its purpose is to stand in the back of my restaurant and I put beer and garlic fries on top of it. It is now a table. It is no longer a spool. It is now a table. And I'm okay with that. I'm on board for this. This is, and why is this important? I think it's important to organize our thoughts. If you don't think about these things, and you don't think about the physical, you don't think about those four causes that you're describing, how are you ever going to argue the law? Once Aristotle gets those four causes knocked out for something more complex than wood, like maybe lead, now you can start having ethics. You can start having policy. You can start writing to your politicians. You can have politicians say they want this for that and that for this. So what are the causes? I assume you agree with material and formal, but how about the rest? And are there any extra? There's always more. Aristotle's not mentioning how many protons it has. He's not determining how many electrons the thing has. These are also physical things that can be measured and determined. Yes. There's always how many quarks does the damn thing have? You can always go down with the physics and stuff like that. Generally, that's not super helpful to the people. Regular, everyday jack-offs like me don't need to know how many protons a hamburger has to eat it. Yes, they would be material, for sure. But it doesn't matter to me how many protons are in a hamburger. It still tastes good. Sometimes those things are useful for physical questions and physical issues, but not for the normal everyday use. You're in the nitty-gritty, I suppose you could say. Okay, so the fire is the only thing that's killing that. Okay, all right. I'm glad I got those fire seals. Bam. Oh, who's this? Marcus, the scripter.
In this eternal cold for decades, maybe. I promise I will make your efforts worthwhile. But this is not the time to discuss reimbursement. Meet me at the surface.
I bet I know what he does. I bet he fills in this slot right here for marks. I bet that guy takes my money or my items and gives me marks, which is probably some sort of buff or power-up. Cool. Progress. We did what? Oh, that was my quest, right? Quests. Use the scripture service for the first time. Ba-bam. So, okay, we're moving on. So yeah, so once you and I agree, Timmy, on what is metal, then we can have the what do we think about it? What do we think about this metal? Well, I think it's toxic. I think lead is toxic, and we shouldn't be using it as cookware. I think that we should not be using the lead that we mined up from the ground in our pipes or our pots and pans and our spoons and knives and forks. I think lead dishware is a bad idea. Now, most people are going to be on board with that. But not the guy who's been making lead cookware for the past 6 months. This is going to hurt his business. You know, he has been digging up the lead out of the ground. He's been turning it into pots and pans, and this is his livelihood. And he is very unhappy about this. He will lie to you, and well, maybe he won't even lie to you. Maybe he'll just say, I've been eating off of lead cookware my entire life, and I'm fine. I've been smoking my entire life, and I'm fine. I've been drinking out of these lead pipes forever. I'm fine. So now we're at an ethical issue. Is it acceptable to let this guy make cookware out of lead. I think that's not very ethical. I think that scientifically we've proven that lead is dangerous and harms people and hurts your IQ and it gives you birth defects, all kinds of shit. It's very bad for you. I think it's ethically acceptable to make it illegal for this man to produce lead cookware. I think that's acceptable. Does it limit his freedom? Yes, it actually does. But the people who are eating off of this cookware might not know it's poisonous, might not have a choice, or and it will be harming their freedom to be eating off of it because it harms their IQ, it gives them birth defects, and it is harming their life, whether they know it or not. Personally, I would say these material, formal, relational, who made it, its history, what it makes, how it interacts with other objects, what people think of it, and behavioral. I think all of those things that you're describing, let me read them over. Material is on the bottom. Formal, relational, sure. Who made it, its history, what it makes, how it interacts with other objects, I think all fit within the metaphysical description that I've tagged, that I've thrown out there. Let me pause this for a second. I'll bring up my very silly chart that you can criticize or agree with. Well, we're going to pause. We're going to minimize that. We're going to open the chart. Where is the chart? I made it a long time ago, just on a whim, thinking of wacky, goofy things. There it is. Charts.png. Wait, no. That's only half. This is an old chart. Hang on. Come on, Windows, Photos. I hate you. I'm going to make it large. Yeah, I agree. There's no hatred or love within a piece of within an object. I agree. So we're going to go to OBS. We're going to change our webcap screen from game capture. We're going to turn off the game capture. We're going to turn on, where are you? Window capture. And we're going to click on PNG. No, that didn't work. Weak. All right. Here's what we'll do instead. I will quickly open it on my YouTube page. I posted it up in the community a long time ago. So we're going to go to YouTube. And this is in a window, so it'll work. I don't know why I can't. The OBS doesn't want to show photos that I open. It's weird. Anyway, we're going to go here. We're going to go to my channel. We're going to go to the community tab. Scroll down a little while for all the stupid polls that I put up there. Stupid polls. Silly nonsense. And there it is. Okay. Then we pop it out. We bring it over here. And then we go to the window capture. Oh, no. We go to this one. Go to window capture and we change it to post from Waldo right there. Bam. All right. This is the thing that I made. It's just me riffing and goofing around. Timmy, tell me what you think. At the bottom is the physical that I've been talking about. Nature, elements, what is this made of? Materials. So we're at the bottom. I think you and I have been pretty much agreeing on what is on the bottom, right? Then you move up one step to the metaphysical, what we think about the things that exist. See if I can zoom in any. Can I pop it out? No, I don't want to edit it or delete it. Okay, we'll just leave it right there. So the metaphysical. This is where the objective and the subjective touch. It's where you cross from one to the other. This is where metaphysical is where the periodic table exists. The definitions exist, the measurements exist, all within this metaphysical. So when you're talking about what people think of it in your last message, I think you're talking metaphysically. What it makes. Is this a spool, or is this a table? Is a hot dog a sandwich? Well, what is a sandwich? Well, it depends on your definitions. What is a hot dog? Exactly. This is metaphysical thinking, if you ask me. And that's where the objective becomes the subjective. Objectively, it's a slice of pig muscle and a piece of bread made from wheat. But it is a sandwich in your mind. You've metaphysically taken these objects, given them a definition, and given them a purpose, and given them a interaction, like you're talking about, and what people think of as sandwich, you know? So your objectives have become subjective. Sandwich, what is and isn't a sandwich, is a subjective question, if you ask me. And I know I have a good friend who really, really does fight me on this line. He thinks that there are lots of objective things up here, and I don't think there are any objective things up here. I don't think there's any objective thing above this line. Just none. Zero. Pig muscle, that's generous, I know. Best case scenario, it's a pig muscle. From the metaphysical, you get the ethics, your rules of conduct. Societal norms, morals, values, fairness, right or wrong. Is it right or wrong to eat that pig muscle? Is it right or wrong to kill a pig to get that muscle? Is it fair? These are ethical questions. What is the value of that pig muscle? Should I be allowed to give you money for your pig muscle? Values, ethics, societal norms, all of these things, your morals, are in here in your ethics box. From your ethics, you can get logic, you can get epistemology, you can get aesthetics. Things are beautiful, things are pretty, we like these things. Logic, this is the thing. Wouldn't metaphysical also be objective? Which is why the red line actually moves through the middle. You can bounce back and forth between objective and subjective while you're in the metaphysical. I think once you exit the metaphysical, you are no longer possibly objective. Metaphysical is where the objective meets the subjective. It's where they touch. It's where they go from objective to the thoughts, what we're thinking about it. Because in the metaphysical box, you are thinking about the things that exist. So it is the merger of the plastic and I think it's a hat. So this is a metaphysical issue. I would say metaphysical is fully objective, but simply we disagree on it. Yeah, and that's acceptable. I'm totally down with discussing this idea. But at the end of the day, one of us has to be right. No, we don't. Or both wrong, or not both right. Well, that's what I think is the interesting bit, is that there is evidence, but no proof, as strange as that might sound. There's very little proof in existence, but there's plenty of evidence. And I would say that this gray area, this is the most gray of all those boxes, because the way you're right. Should it be, where does that red line go? How high does that red line go? Where does that red line go down? I think all of those determinations are within this box, you know? So if you are having metaphysical discussions on whether or not the hot dog is a sandwich or whether or not this is a hat, you're discussing what that physical thing is and why it was created. This actually was created to hold water. It was intentionally to be a cup, but I can use it as a hat if I want to. This is a metaphysical choice that I am making. For example, one of us says there's a metaphysical realm of forms, like Plato says. We can't be wrong and right. It can't be there and not there. Realm is the word that I don't like in that sentence. Realm? I don't like that word at all. You can have opinions on, you can have 1,000 metaphysical opinions that are different than my metaphysical opinions, and I accept that. Realm? Not so much. It can't be there and not there. Well, I would say that there isn't a realm then. I would say that that doesn't exist. There is no metaphysical realm. No, I don't think so. I would suggest that you have thoughts. Sure, your thoughts are metaphysical, and I accept that you have them, and you have a different metaphysical idea on whether or not this is a hat or a cup. But is that a realm? No, I don't think so. Realm would suggest borders, boundaries, a place that you could go. People believe that the quality of lady existed in a realm of forms where the perfect woman resides. Now, with the biggest, form of perfect, with the biggest behind and the most highly pitched voice as the purest form of woman. No, I don't like that at all. That is cognitive, metaphysical only. There is no realm of that. If you're just talking about, what I think you're describing is the metaphysical. I think what you're describing there is metaphysical. You can contemplate perfection, maybe, and you can, but that doesn't matter because that's an opinion. Maybe your perfect woman has smaller jugs than mine. Maybe my perfect woman has red hair and yours doesn't. So this is a metaphysical opinion that you and I have. I have a metaphysical opinion on the perfect woman with red hair, and yours has blonde, you see? So there is no metaphysical realm. It is only thoughts and opinions. And sometimes they differ from each other, and that's okay. Wrestling with these metaphysical questions is fun. Where Aristotle believed these forms exist within the object, within the system of his four causes. Oak wood exists within the chair and also in the wall. Okay. I'm probably a little bit more on Aristotle's side here. Oak wood exists. We know what it is. We can figure it out. It's in the physical down here, oak wood. What is it made of? It's a tree. It is a material. It is nature. It is an element. It's wood. It's carbon. And what do we do with it? Well, some of it we chop and turn into walls. Some of it we chop and turn into chairs. Which is a wall? Which is a chair? Well, if I'm sitting on the wall, it's a fucking chair, isn't it? And we get into our metaphysical. And then from there, you have to go up to the ethics. What should we do with the wood? Where does that oak come from? Did you chop down someone else's oak? Can you own a tree? All ethical questions. If I cut down your tree, how much did I harm you? If you wanted that tree, but I turned it into a chair, am I more ethical? You were just going to do nothing with it. You just thought it was nice to sit under. But I thought it was nice to turn it into a chair. So Aristotle believing oak wood exists individually within each object means he didn't agree with Plato. Then there's a perfect tree from which this wood comes that has the perfect amount of leaves and symmetrical bark. Yeah, perfection is a thing that I don't think... perfection is nothing but a metaphysical thought process. Perfection is a metaphysical thought process. Because perfection doesn't exist on the periodic table. There is no molecule of perfection. You cannot fill a cup with perfection. You cannot take a big bite of perfection. You can think something is perfect, but again, that is a thought process, and thought processes all belong within the metaphysical. Maybe the ethical. Well, if he's saying that, if he's using a thought process, the word perfect is just a descriptor. The word perfect right here. I have it in my metaphysical box, the word definition right here. And I would suggest that perfect is a definition. And so far, what you're describing is Plato's thought processes, which is fine. Great. I think thought processes are a good thing, and they are in the metaphysical box. Do you not think that the thought processes belong within that metaphysical box? Because I think they do. He can have opinions about the perfect tree. Great. Who cares? What value is there in that? What important ideas does he give me about the perfect tree? And if it's impossible, which I suspect that it is, why spend time contemplating it? If you wanted to describe the ethics of trees, I'm on board. This is where I think things get fun, is within the ethics. Is it right to cut down that tree? Is it wrong to cut down that tree? How much oil should we burn if people are dying because of the oil we burned, and other people are only able to earn a living because of that? Boop, boop, boop. We have an ethical issue. I think Plato is either right or wrong. We just don't know. This realm either objectively exists or it doesn't. What do you base your ethics upon? Utilitarianism, deontology? Least harm, I suppose, whichever one that is. I forget I don't know all the. I'm a gorilla. Okay, I don't know all the terms for it, and I've never been to college, so I don't know all of these words. And I've never been in a single college class. But utilitarianism, I recognize that term as having a meaning, and I can't remember what it is. I dumb everything down because I'm a beast. So, least harm, maximum freedom. If there's a cool ism for that, I'd be on board for it. I think the red line confuses people. What it should be seen as an estuary of thoughts. Okay, so let's. Are you a woman while by some butterfly effect causes two other women won't be in the future? Is it good? No. That is taking away someone's freedom. So taking away someone's freedom now to give more people freedom later, I wouldn't be on board for. But you're getting into what you call the stupid trolley problem again. And you're getting into morality. Now, exactly, you're in the ethics department now, Timmy. We've moved up from the metaphysical into the ethics, because here's your morals, pointing right at them. Societal norms, values. A utilitarianist would say that total suffering decreases, then now it's good. So I'm not a utilitarianist then. Is it moral relativist that it was what I am? Maybe. I don't remember. I don't remember all the terms. Maximum freedom, minimum harm. Causing harm so that you can cause less harm later, not acceptable. Find a better way. The trolley problem is kind of what you're pointing towards. It's what we're moving towards, and I can see that coming. I can see the trolley problem coming down the tracks. Moral relativist means like it's all subjective. Nothing is good and nothing is bad. It's all just made up and depends on what country you're in. So I'm a little bit closer to that, I suspect, because I don't think that. Good things are good. There's no math problem there. There's no law of thermodynamics that proves what is good and what is bad. There is only the people using their ethics and their metaphysics to determine what is correct and what is not, and what they feel. All politics are based on feelings, and these feelings that you have of that being wrong, that feels like you're taking someone's freedom away. Can you prove that you've taken someone's freedom away? Well, not really. Freedom is a thought process. Freedom is a metaphysical idea. You can point towards evidence. If I lock you up in a prison with no food and water, I've taken your freedom away. Yes, most people would agree with that based on feelings of ethics and metaphysics. Absurd trolley problems? Yeah. If given the trolley problem, I would adjust it to the least harm, because that least harm also usually increases the number of people's freedoms. So those are the two that are at war within my head: least harm and most freedom. Is that is your example earlier with the one woman and the two women? That is an act you have to perform. You know what I mean? So I'm not on board for it. If flipping the switch from 2 women get killed on this line and 1 on this line, I'd say that's fine. Flip it to the 1. Yes, I'm on board. Because there's more freedom on that side. And you're not actively harming somebody. You're just doing least harm. And from those ethics, you can move up to politics. Applied ethics. How do we decide votes, representatives, and elections? So politics, I think, are applied ethics. That is the way I see politics. There are politicians, Donald Trump specifically, who says that you should not be allowed into the soil of America if you are an immigrant and you haven't done the right things. You haven't applied these ethics. You haven't done these things. You haven't learned the language. You haven't gone through the hoops. You haven't started paying your taxes. You haven't been documented. You haven't gone through the things. So he's applying an ethic. I don't like his ethic. I think it is incorrect. I think it is wrong. I think he is applying it for feeling reasons that he has, that he doesn't like black people. He doesn't like brown people. So he's applying that dislike to them coming here. He dislikes them. He does not want them to come here. This is a political situation. And then from that politics, you get a law. What is allowed, what is not, lawsuits in courts. So what is allowed, what is the law, what does the law say about crossing the border? Donald Trump has very strong opinions about the law of the border that I disagree with. He has politics, with his applied ethics, about that border, which I disagree with. He has ethics about the people coming across, and I disagree with those. And then we get down to the metaphysical, where he doesn't like them, probably because of their skin color or the fact that they are aliens from some other place, and they seem different and scary and xenophobic to him. Xenophobia exists within this metaphysical. And I think he is xenophobic, and I am not. Physical, usually we would agree that they are people. But he even pushes that sometimes. They're not people, they're animals. Sometimes the people, they ask me, don't call them animals. Sorry, sir, please don't call them animals. They're people. I don't think they're people, they're animals. This is a thing that Donald Trump does. So he and I might even disagree on the physical. If he and I disagree on the physical, there's no possible way we can ever agree on the metaphysics on what to do with what I would call a person, what he calls an animal. Okay. So that's why when I have a disagreement with somebody about the law, I bring it down to politics. Do we disagree on the politics? Yeah. Why? Because we have different ethics. If you and I have different ethics, then where are we branching away from each other? Where is the branch? And most of, I think, the branches are going to happen in the metaphysical or the ethical layer. Can you go to absurd trolley problems? I want you to see. Oh, sure. Is that like a website? Oh, look. This is fun. You can pull it. And divert it to the other one. See, I'm on board for this. I'm going to pull the lever. I'm not even hesitating. Least harm. More freedom right here with these 5 people. I recognize, and I know, I get it. The most moral thing is to do nothing. But I don't care about morals. Right now, I'm suggesting that least harm and increased freedom. Five people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing 4 people instead. What will you do? Oh, yeah, still, least harm. Have to. It's unpleasant, and I'm unhappy to be in this position, and I feel bad for them, and I want the government to compensate them. And then maybe throw me in jail if I'm in charge of the trolley. But, yeah, I'm on board. Trolley's heading towards 5 people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track. Life savings. Oh, pull the lever. Yeah, absolutely. Money is not important. Money is just a thing we invented. You can get more. Human lives are maximum most important. There's me. Oh no, a trolley is heading towards 5 people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, sacrificing yourself instead. Yeah, I'm pulling it. This is easy. Human lives, least harm is one person, and they all have more freedom. I'm on board for this. Still there. Towards 5 people, you can pull the lever, divert it to the other track with the original copy of the Mona Lisa. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. It's an object. Who cares? Objects don't have freedom. Objects aren't least harm. You can always get another one. Rich man. The rich man offers you $500,000 to pull the lever. Would you divert the trolley and kill someone else? I would do nothing. Would you really do that in real life? Do sacrifice? Yes. I mean, sorry. I think that I would. At the moment, when sitting here in a nice, comfy house in the middle of my place, I think that I could. And why wouldn't I? Because of feelings. The feelings that I have towards myself, the love I have for myself, the appreciation I have for my being. That is a feeling, you know. And feelings have to be controlled. You have to recognize what is a feeling. Render unto Caesar what are Caesar's, and render unto feelings what are feelings. Toward a rich man, the rich man offers you $500,000 to pull the lever. Would you divert the trolley and kill someone? I would do nothing. Because it's more moral to this is equal. The bribe is there. So 45 people agree with me. Okay, great. Levels of sentience. Oh, here we go. Trolley's heading toward 5 lobsters. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, running over a cat instead. Lobsters are delicious. The cat might belong to somebody. I know that we're getting into hypotheticals here, but at the same time, the most moral thing to do is nothing, and it doesn't harm human freedom, and it isn't doing less harm because I don't give a shit about harm from 5 lobsters dying is less harmful. So I'm even thinking that 5 dead lobsters is less harmful than 1 dead cat. I'm going to do nothing. Most people agree with that. Lobsters are ugly and scary. Trolley's heading towards 5 people who are sleeping and won't feel pain. You can pull the lever to divert to the other track, running over someone who is wide awake instead. Oh, I still pull the lever. 5, yeah, easy. Easy peas. No worry about it. Least harm, maximum freedom. Trolley's heading with 5 people who tied themselves to the track. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing one person who accidentally tripped onto the track instead. Now, they have the freedom. Remember how we were talking about freedom? Hang on, I got a text. So I am thinking about this in the background. They wanted to be there. They wanted to die on this thing. Because I respect the idea that if you want to commit suicide, you should be allowed to. I think, yeah, how do I know why they're there? Are they intending to die? Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. This guy is accidentally there. These people have made a choice. They have chosen to tie themselves up here, and then consequences might happen. If they didn't think about the consequences, then they're dumb. Is this possibly... Yeah, they intentionally tie themselves up. I'm on board. Yeah, most people agree with me. Okay. Trolley's head toward 5 people. The lever just speeds up the trolley, which might make it less painful. Wait. There's speeds up the trolley, which might make it less painful. Absolutely not. No, you don't intentionally pull the lever to make it go faster. No. Pain. No, who cares? Towards one guy, you can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, but then your Amazon package will be late. I will pull the lever. Least harm and maximum freedom. Only 78% of people agree with that one. 22% of people are like, nah, man, I need to be fulfilled. That the fulfillment center is already 1 day late. I paid for Prime shipping, and I need that piece of plastic garbage from China right damn now. Head towards your best friend. You can pull the lever to divert to the other track, killing 5 strangers. We're still here. Least harm, maximum freedom. Do nothing. Sorry, guy. I'll say nice things about you at your funeral. Towards 5 people, you can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing 1 instead. At least that's what you think is happening. You forgot your glasses and can't see. That's well. What do you do? In this situation, I would suggest that you don't know what the situation is. Fuck that guy. I need my stuff now. Yeah, Shinseto, I see you. I recognize you. Your respect. I still appreciate you. You forgot your glasses. You can't see well. You think that's what's happening? If you're not on board for making these proper decisions, you're handicapped, you can't do a decision. The most moral thing is to do nothing, because you could be wrong. It could be 1,000 people over here and you can't tell because of your glasses. So the most moral thing is to do nothing. Towards one of your first cousins, you can pull the lever to divert it, killing 3 of your second cousins instead. Simple. Same thing all the time. I think I'm being pretty consistent here. Less harm, more freedom. Do nothing. Five elderly people, you can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, running over the baby instead. What do? More freedom, less harm. If this was Alabama, it could be your sibling too. I know, right? We're pulling the lever. Sorry, baby. On another child is bearing toward the 5 identical clones of you. You can pull the lever to divert it on the other track. Sacrifice yourself. Yeah, I pull the lever for here. Yeah, clones. 5 of me can get 5 times as many streams done, which means 5 times the amount of work done. Least harm, most freedom. We pull it. Easy. Mystery box with 50%. Christ. Okay, now we're getting into the percentages. Oh my God. On the thing where I put my belt sometimes then? Sorry. Okay, what are we at? Try to head towards the mystery box. 50% chance of containing 2 people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the track to the mystery box by 10% chance of 10 people. So 50-50 at 2 or 10 at 10. I told you I'm not very good at math. I just do guerrilla math, which means guerrilla math. 50 and 2, 10 and 10. I think I pull the lever. Least harm, right? It's a calculated risk. Low risk, low reward, high risk, high reward. Personally, I usually do low risk, low reward for myself. But in this situation, do nothing. Low risk, low reward. Charlie heading towards 5 sentient robots. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing 1 human. What do you do? Sorry about that. I'm back. Okay, so what are we looking at? We're looking at sentient robots. I don't know that those exist. I don't believe that they exist at the moment. I mean, did you watch Elon's last big press conference thing? It was fake robots, fake AI. So I'm going to do nothing. Sorry. I have yet to be convinced that robots have sentience. They are getting absurd. A trolley's headed towards 3 empty trolleys worth $900,000. You can pull the lever to divert it toward another track, hitting 1 empty trolley worth $300,000 instead. Well, yeah, you pull the lever. Yes. I mean, that's least harm, right? Okay. We're releasing 100 kilograms of CO2 per year, which will kill 5 people over 30 years. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, hitting a brick wall and decommissioning the trolley. What do you do? I do nothing, because that's eco-terrorism is what they're talking about. The answer is not to destroy the trolley. The answer is to set up better laws and rules about CO2. Eco-terrorism and the economy of broken windows. It will hit the thing, and then the company will just build another one if there's a need for it. You're a reincarnated being who will eventually be reincarnated as every person in this classic trolley problem. What will you do? Still, least harm. Up there. 50-50. I'm glad everybody's split on that one. Oh no, a trolley's heading towards nothing, but you kind of want to prank the trolley driver. What do you do? Do nothing. Pranking trolley drivers seems dangerous. You don't know it's harmless. You could be wrong. Heading towards a good citizen, you can pull the lever to divert to the other track, running over someone who litters instead. So we've got a litterer or a not litterer. In this situation, I would call both freedom, least harm. So we only, if the harm is equal, we have to go to the morality of the subject, which hasn't actually happened yet. We haven't been moral yet. Morality suggests that you making the choice is you deciding. The most moral thing to do is nothing. Yeah, exactly. 18 people. Yeah. 18%. The most moral thing in the original non-absurd trolley problem is to do nothing. But I don't want to do the moral thing. I want to do the least harmful thing, because that's my morality. Oh no, due to construction error, trolley is stuck in an eternal loop. If you pull the lever, the trolley will explode. If you don't, the trolley and its passengers will go in circles for eternity. Eternity? There's no such thing as eternity. I don't believe you. I do nothing. Don't blow that up. We'll figure out a way to stop it later. Where's the multi-track drifting options? Yeah. Nah, I don't pull this one. We'll figure out a way to stop it regardless. Eternity is a long damn time, you guys. Eternity is a very long time. We'll figure out how to get them off before that doesn't involve an explosion. Oh no, the trolley is heading towards your worst enemy. You can pull the lever to divert the trolley and save them, or you can do nothing and no one will ever know. I pull the lever. I don't have any enemies. That's Donald Trump right there. It's right to protect him. Human life is valuable. Even Donald Trump's human life. Trolley's heading towards a person and will lower their lifespan by 50 years. You can pull the lever to divert the trolley and lower the lifespan of 5 people by 10 years. This is equal, maybe. Lose 50 or lose 10 on 5 people. That's, if I'm looking at this equally, this seems equal, which means we have to go back to the morality of doing nothing. Doing nothing is the most moral thing. Yeah, and I could see your argument there, Timmy. I really could. But I'm under the impression that the most moral thing is not to choose in the original trolley problem. So it's always least harm, most freedom, then the morality of doing nothing. Those are my 3 steps that I'm going to use every single time. Because I'm trying to be consistent. Oh no, a trolley is heading towards 5 people. You can pull a lever to divert it to the other track, sending the trolley into the future to kill 5 people 100 years from now. I'm actually going to pull this lever because I think we can solve it. I think we can go, or we can figure this out. We know that the trolley is coming. We can deal with this. The last years of lifespan are not worth the quality of these people, and I totally get what you're getting at, Timmy. I really do. There's an ethics to the baby versus the old man. I get it. So I'm going to pull the lever and then work my ass off for the next 100 years to save the other people. Time is on my side. Oh no, a trolley problem is playing out before you. Do you actually have a choice in this situation, or has everything been predetermined since the universe began? I do have a choice, yes. There's no predetermined universe. I have a choice. Hey, and I chose, and it did the least damage. Oh my gosh. You solved philosophy. Kill count 50. All right. I think my kill count's pretty low. That was fun, Timmy. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That was good. Yeah. It's just called Absurd Trolley Problems. If anybody else wants to try, feel free to hit it up. Let me know what your kill count is. Let me know how it goes for you. Post those numbers. Where did I break OBS? I think I did. Come on, video game. I'm trying to swap back to Halls of Torment, but it is not allowing me. OBS being difficult. All right, I'm at the campfire anyway. I think I think the game kind of crashed on me. Okay. I can still kind of hear it, but I think there's nothing on the screen moving around. Okay, we're going to quit. All right, that's not working. We're going to close. We're going to hard close this video game. And then we're going to reopen it. I think. Yeah, it's only 10:42. I could go one more round of Halls of Torment. But that'll be it for me for today. So we'll do one more round of Halls of Torment. Feel free, please, everybody, go to that thing. Give me your kill count. If you can get lower than me, perhaps you're more moral, or perhaps not. If you think I got one wrong, by all means, hit me up and tell me which one I got incorrect. Yeah, it's on the screen now. Okay, good. All right, here we go. We did that, so we're going to go talk to this scriber guy. Scripter.
Good to see you again. And thank you. I'm Brother Marcus. The abbot of my monastery had an unhealthy obsession for the lords that rule the halls below our feet.
Whoa.
So much so that he dedicated a large part of our scriptorium to their research. When the manic ramblings of survivors ceased to satiate his curiosity, he started organizing expeditions to the halls himself. The rest is history.
Okay.
Albeit the horrors I've witnessed have robbed me of quiet sleep forever. I have gained valuable knowledge about the halls in return. Whenever you slay one of their lords, bring me the Torment shard they leave behind. The power they hold can be permanently bestowed upon you.
Ooh, I think I have a bunch of them.
Traveler.
Heroes. I have 4 shards, and I can increase my skills. And I can refund them, so I don't have to worry about panicking. Who do I like? I like the Warlock, but I want that Sorceress to be better. The Norseman, the Beast Hunter, and the Landsknecht. I mean, Swordsman's pretty good. Archer. I don't like the archery. The Exterminator's usually pretty good. And he's got a cool mask. What can we increase? Health, max health, regeneration, damage, crit chance, crit bonus, effect damage, attack speed, multi-strike, force, area. Let's do this warlock. The warlock is the one I usually have the most luck with. Increases health, regeneration, damage. Bump up that damage. Bam. 1% more damage. Crit bonus, effect damage, attack speed, bump. Multi-strike, bam. Does everybody have 4? Everybody has 4. Oh my. I thought I only had 4 to spend across the thing. You got a kill count of 54, Timmy? Oh my God, you disgusting monster. I'm kidding. I missed almost the whole ethics convo. I gotta watch the VOD now. Yeah, Valerie, yeah, it's on the VODs. Everything that I'm doing here is on the YouTube live tab. YouTube. You can go right there. Go to the YouTube thing. All of my live streams are there. The best bits get chopped down and turned into videos. Then I put those on the video page. So if you want the pure, unadulterated, uncensored, raw, dirty Waldo, you can go to the live tab and look at all of them. I've got years worth. And while you're there, press the subscribe button. Yeah, smash the subscribe button. Fondle the bell. Break the thumbs up and spit some hate speech in the YouTube comments, because that's what YouTube is based on, is just hate. So the more hate you put into the comments, the more the algorithm will toss me out to other people. It's a very weird system, the hate system over on YouTube, but that's the way they want to do their business. I guess that's fine with them. Not up to me. Swordsman needs health, regeneration, damage, and multi-strike. Hell yes. The archer needs damage, crit bonus, and multi-strike. The shield maiden needs some defense, right? Some force, some area, some attack speed, and some damage, right? The clerk needs regen, damage again, effect damage, and effect damage. Well, I ran out of buttons. Yeah, you're right. I am being sexist. Warlock, but I've never said that I'm not. When have I ever said that? So the sorceress needs health, regeneration, damage, and effect damage, because she does the things. Personally, I follow natural law theory. Timmy is a natural law. Are you suggesting that natural law? Tell me about natural law, Timmy. Feel free. Or don't. I don't tell you what to do. Is that part of natural law? The Norseman can have damage, crit chance, crit bonus, and attack speed, sure. The Beast Huntress, I don't like her that much, but we'll do force, area, multi-strike, and attack speed. Then the Landsknecht can have area and force are dumb. Multi-strike, yes. Attack speed, yes. Damage, yes. Everybody needs max health. Okay. All right. Items. Is this just an encyclopedia of the items I've got? I'm missing 5 hats and 3 of the things and a couple of rings. No, I've got all the rings. I already got the rat ring. 1 armor, 1 foot armor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the gloves. Okay. All right. It means that our nature and design is inherently good, and that should decide morals. So survival and reproduction is good, beauty is good, hygiene is good. The opposite of that is bad. And that's fine. I'm not super against that. I don't think I can formulate an argument against that. If that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. And I can respect that. I can accept that. All politics are based on feelings. And those feelings will lead you to having metaphysical thoughts, and those metaphysical thoughts will lead you towards ethics. And now we're back on the path. I think those things that you mentioned as being good are also good. But and according to my feelings and just my opinion, and this isn't trying to knock you or anything like that, human freedom is above those. If I had to create a hierarchy of inherent goods, I would put freedom above those, and that's acceptable. That's okay. When I talk to a conservative friend of mine, he does not put any of those things or human freedom above human prosperity. And so he thinks that that is inherently the most important thing, to put above freedom, to put above survival, above beauty, above hygiene and stuff like that, is prosperity as a whole. And that's his feelings, and that's okay. And that leads him to a different set of metaphysics than it does me, and you probably. And then that leads him to different ethics, and that different ethics leads him to a different politics, and that's why he is not a leftist. The difference between us would be that you focus more on freedom. So yeah, example, I would not let people commit suicide or allow recreational drugs, even if that is their will. And yeah, that's, you and I would differ on that. If you want to commit suicide, I don't want that to be like the first option. I don't want you to get stub your toe and then say, well, that's it, game over, and then off yourself. That wouldn't make any sense. I want you to get mental help beforehand. I want you to get mental help beforehand, and I want you to hopefully get into a place where you don't even want to do that anymore. Then, as far as recreational drugs, I don't mind. It's freedom. You can do whatever you want, as long as you're not harming other people. If your kids are starving because you spent all your money on crack, well, then guess what? You're harming their freedom. We need to get this sorted.
Step closer. Be my guest.
Wallflower and a Asophotidia. Okay, I'm going to go into the last level. What quests do I need to do? What is my important quest right now? Norseman, land 20,000 hits on enemies with your axes in one run. Okay, so we're going to take the Norseman on the next run. Norseman, where are you? Norseman. You down here? There you are. Norseman. All right, we're going to get him equipped. Yeah, those are all good. Okay. Helmet's fine. That is going to go on so we can find some herbs, hopefully. Would I allow assisted suicide? Only if they really do have like a terminal disease and they've gone through all the therapy and they put all their stuff together, then I would allow it. That sounds like a freedom thing to me. If you've worked out all the kinks and you've figured everything out, I don't mind a doctor giving you so much pain medicine that you never wake up. That sounds like a freedom to me. And if you don't want to do that as the doctor, you have the freedom to deny that. That's the beauty of it. If you are a doctor and say, I refuse to do that, you have the freedom to do so. And if you say, I am a doctor and that's the only job I want as a doctor, okay, you have the freedom to do that, but I'm going to keep my eyes on you to make sure you're not pushing it on people that don't need it, you know? What are we doing? We're doing Fire Strike or Morning Stars. Yeah, Morning Stars are pretty good. What we need is range. Yeah, to get those axes up. All right, this is my last run for the day, and then I'm going to call it off and go eat lunch. Well, it's about half hour, so, and then plus some, so it's maybe about 40 minutes or so of stream left today. There doesn't seem to be any herbs in this level. Where the hell are the herbs then? I'm still missing 2 herbs. I don't know where they are. I've been to all the levels. Where are all the enemies, by the way? Have I run so fast they can't catch me? There, that's my problem. Except nature works more like everything has its place in the carefully calibrated system that is balanced to near perfection. And if you mess with the balance, you are actively destroying the rest of what you don't destroy directly. Well, I think nature finds a balance, but it isn't calibrated. You know what I mean? Is there a balance in nature? Sure. You can find balances in nature. But is it an intentional, willing balance? No. There's no brain, central thought process. Yeah. Not actual. Yeah. I don't think there's a central thought process running all of nature. And that's what makes me a lay Reddit atheist. Well, it's not LOL balance, Valor. I don't think it is. No. It's chaotic. It's ugly. It's gross. It's violent. And fails on a regular basis. Nature is not well balanced. The universe is not a clockwork machine moving efficiently. It's messy. It's ugly. Things smash into each other. The Earth itself has 365 and 1/4 days in a year. That's why we have to have that leap year. Is because the rotation via rotation versus revolution are not equal. They're not perfect. Yeah, everything fails on a regular basis. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like that doesn't. It's not well put together. Is there balance? Can it still balance within that chaos? Yes. Can it still be helpful to some things? Yes. Like ecosystems, everything being utilized, nothing goes away, and that I think is a good point. Yes. When a deer dies, the critters eat it, the bugs eat it up and turn it into soil and dirt and poop, and then they all spread out, and then everything goes around. And I think that's a good thing. That is but I don't know that that's a elegant or calibrated system. And humans do mess up the systems that are existing. That doesn't surprise me. People are the great manipulators. Nothing else manipulates their environment quite as well as humans do. We manipulate our environment. We chop down the trees. We turn the trees into chairs. We put we dig the dirt up. We put the dirt in the right place. Then we grow crops out of that place. You know, the only thing I can think of is like beavers who build a dam. They chew up the wood and then they turn it into a home. Well, okay, great. They're manipulators. But really nobody else. I mean, sometimes you get apes who know how to use tools, but they're closely related to us anyway, right? And they're using their brain to manipulate things. Spiders weave webs, I suppose, but that's not quite the same as manipulating the entire environment. Otters use rocks to break their food, sure. Some birds fly high up in the air to drop their food, the shells on the concrete, and then the concrete breaks the shell and they swing down and eat the food. So they're slightly manipulating a thing. But still nothing compared to humans and the terraforming that we've done. Area, yes. Yeah, and we're just the most successful apes. That's all. Yeah, there is no plan, Valor. That's what I'm suggesting. There is no plan. What happens is the random mutations, the person with the consciousness of the random mutation got spread around more. That's all. They were the most efficient and had the most babies. Defying the usual natural order. Yeah. Fast feet. Lightning, hailstorm, or arcane rift. I don't like any of these, really. I mean, lightning is good. We're going to take lightning. Should have taken something with ice, though. This guy already has ice abilities. So yeah, feel free to criticize me on any of the philosophical stuff we talked about. I like talking about it. Sometimes it's a bit boring, but I think we had a pretty good time today. Hop into the Discord if you want to talk further, or get or leave messages and stuff like that, or look at Bobo pictures. Hop over to the Discord and you can do that. And then I'll post up pictures on there whenever I get them. Whenever he's cute, which is pretty often. And feel free to leave links over there. Timmy, if you want, leave links to important things, philosophical papers or things that you've read, or explanations for certain things. Feel free to do that. And I'll give them a look. Or if you want to argue about politics, hop over there as well and tell me what you're thinking, tell me what you're feeling. Which political things are important, which ones aren't. Let's look at this lore.
Plethora of twisted experiments and cataphysical creations. One particular contraption garnered the attention of the power-thirsty. The Dissonator Monolith, a monument of destruction, powered by a maze of concentrated light rays. It is said that even the Lord of Discord would succumb to its strike capabilities.
Maze of concentrated light rays. Do I know what that is? I don't think I know what that is. I have a theory that basically the intelligence comes from some ape brain having some constructed comforts, like that of a pelt to keep warm in the fire and see at the night. Actually, eventually gets to his monkey brain to name stuff and then separate from the other stuff. Yeah, it's build its own completely new system of precarious balance. Yeah, and I would agree with that. That's probably that's how I think it happened. I don't think it was magic or Jesus. I think it was just a random mutation in that population of apes that said, hey, if we have a little bit more intelligence and a little more intellect, put a little bit more calories towards turning this brain machine on, we can actually thrive. If we put a few more calories towards this brain thing, we can thrive. And then it started to. And then the apes that did that multiplied and thrived, and then they got more likely to put the calories and the brain power in. And then the ones that mutated to do so also bred and thrived. Well, the mutation would be the capability of the meat brain to do that. The mutation is creating a brain that can handle those thoughts. But you are getting into a very difficult part of science. The consciousness itself is very hard to measure, you know, who's conscious and who's not. It's easy to tell if you're talking about between a person and a rock. Oh, yeah, we got a difference. But what about trees? What about animals? Where do they rank? Where does consciousness emerge from? When was the first time something had it? All very difficult, complicated questions. Mutations are not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, exactly. Just a slightly different change. I killed a boss up here? Okay. Lightning, no, I want ice. Meteor, Arcane, Kugelblitz. 2 Arcane Splinters. We haven't done that one in a while. Storming. Range on the main weapon and attack speed. Hell yeah. That'll get me more hits. Closer to my goal. You can see the goal up at the top left. It is counting upward. If we get to 20,000, we've achieved our next goal. Lightning. Okay. Fire, no. Lightning, no. Multi-strike, yes. That boss is not dying, which might be a good thing. Maybe I don't want to do too much damage. Transfixion 3. So if everything dies in one hit, I won't get 5 hits out of it. Lightning, no. Blizzard, frost chance, attack speed with ice. Sure. Yeah, I didn't think you were. Not saying anything against mutation-based evolution, yeah. There was a moment when the evolution switched from mutation to more direct approach. Monkey put stick on rock, monkey kill. Yeah, and I think you're right. That did happen a first time. And I think that the mutation comes from the brain. The brain got mutated to accept that kind of idea. or to be capable of thinking of that. And that's just, and we're all, I think we're all agreeing, and we're all saying the same thing here. Lightning metabolism. We're going to kill his boss. Then we're going to go grab those fingers. Jump up a bunch of levels. Why am I dying? Range. Might be able to digivolve our lightning. It's fine. Multi-strike. And that's a dead boss. Items is... What is that? The Broker's Cape. Every second, spread a random debuff in a 3-meter range. Fragile, affliction, slow. Chance 20% on each enemy in range. Every second? That's pretty often. But this thing might have a better idea. This duelist thing. That's what I feel is way different than the way nature does things. When they're calling humanity a little anomaly, got out of hand. Yeah, and that would I would be okay with describing us that way, without any genocide or implication. Somehow, a large part of me still believes we can be saved. Yeah, and I think we can as well. I'm optimistic and hopeful. I think that if we think about what we're doing and move forward, if we progress properly, we can all live here and we can all do good things, and we can all be decent and happy and good for each other. It's a whole ass thing. Damage. What is the second time to not vote for Orange? Yeah, well, third time technically. He ran and won, he ran and lost, and now he's running again. So a third time. So, yeah, Blizzard. Multi-strike in area, that's pretty good. I'm going to send this in the well, send it up. Mine was yesterday, yeah. You got to vote against Ted Cruz and Donald Trump at the same time. It's a good time. I wonder what the Spirit Warrior gets when it digivolves. Might pick that one just to see. Yeah, you don't get to vote. Sorry. Conductivity, sure. All right, we're at 7,000 hits with my axes. up at the top left. You can see that number go up. And then the time is going down. We're about halfway through this level, and we're not halfway towards our goal. That makes me nervous. He's the toddler thrower. Here he comes. Flinging toddlers all over hell and back. The right to, I think the right to vote should be given by proof of residency at most. We have a homeless community, hypothetical metropolis. They also get a vote. Yeah, and a lot of homeless people do get to vote. It is difficult to register them. In America, in the big cities and stuff like that, there are people who tend to try to get them to vote. But again, they usually don't care so much. And the reason they're homeless to begin with is because they have mental issues, and so they don't care so much. They have more immediate issues and more immediate needs. They are allowed to vote and stuff like that. There are plenty of homeless veterans, but again, they have disabilities, whether both physical or mental, which prevent them from getting a job and making money, and then that's why they're homeless. So it's a difficult thing. Usually they're allowed to, but they have to put the address, and you can, I think most of the homeless shelters or something like that will let you use your address. Use that as your address. Yep, capitalism. That's the cause of and solution to all of our problems. Maybe not solution to. Properly functioning capitalism could solve a lot of our problems. But I think it's run amok at the moment. It is overriding good, intelligent decisions. I mean, I was doing this Raleigh problem things a minute ago, and one of them was like, hey, this guy's going to give you a bunch of money. And a lot of people picked the money. Let's see. Lightning. I don't want lightning. Well, I guess I do have the lightning skill. But I want area. Where's frost affinity? Where's that one? So my axes are doing frost damage. And let's see, swift feet, no, quick hands, attack speed. We need more attack speed. We're only at halfway to our goal, and we only have 13 minutes to go, which is more than half time gone. So need more attacks. Attack more. Hit more things. Veterans who join the military to earn money or to serve their country, whatever they want to believe, and people who are shunned by their community, either for financial issues directly or even some BS, like you said, mental illness or even hygiene. Yeah, there's a bunch of different reasons to cause homelessness, and I think some of them are preventable. But it seems like I think you're going to keep typing, so I'll wait. Elitism caused by having money. Yeah. I think the reason for our homelessness is capitalism run amok. The handicapped and the whether physical or mental can't hold down a job, which means they can't earn enough money to live in a house. And the housing market is commodified. Houses are a money-making device. Buying and selling houses is a legitimate, at the moment, big and important part of our economy. Yeah. Some sort of welfare state could give them a little bit of money, but that doesn't let you live entirely well. You still have to work. You still have to do something to knock out a few more dollars. You got it. Well, don't give it to me. Put on a mask. What do you got? Regulate capitalism. Yeah, I know. It's a wild idea. And I support that idea. And we'll call it, you see, if you call it socialism, everybody gets mad at you. So you're going to have to call it improved capitalism. Capitalism 2, the sequel. It's a lie, of course. It's just socialism. But if you convince enough people that you've got the new socialism, you see, or you've got the new capitalism, where it's capitalism but better. Capitalism plus. Well, it's dishonest, is what it is. That's why the leftists don't want to do it. Generally, they tend to be honest, and so do I. But I would call it an improved form of capitalism. It works for everybody. It makes everybody better, and it gets dumb people on board because we have to trick these people. I'm not saying you have to trick them. You kind of have to trick them. The conservative types don't like change, and what you're suggesting with any socialist system is a change in pretty much everything they've ever known. Hey, got me a frost weapon. There we go. And changing everything they've ever known is a lot of change, and they're very unhappy with this. I can appreciate the fear of change. I get it. I know. It's scary. It might be worse. What if everything is worse? What if Waldo changes the economic system and I do worse, and then those people do worse, and then my kids don't get the things that they got before? It's very scary. It's very dangerous. What is that? There's an Invocator's Grasp. 30 spawns, 50 damage. Ooh. I already own it. Oh, okay. It is great. I was like, man, that's so good for the Warlock, and I already own it. Owned, all right. Guiding Star while attacking 30% attack speed, minus 20 movement speed. While moving, minus 20 attack speed, plus 30 movement speed. That sounds complicated and difficult. We'll just take the plate, and then I don't think I'll ever use it. Strength. Frost or digivolved Wrecking Balls. Let's is it Spirit Orbs? Orbs travel around the Spirit Warrior and damage enemies they hit. They do not scale with Astronomer's Orb. Okay. We're going to digivolve the boys. My orange boys. And they've got little orbs. Okay, so orange spinny orbs are also here. Okay. So yeah, what was I saying? We're going to have to drag the people who are afraid of socialism forward. We'll have to make them feel better about it. All politics are based on feelings. So if they feel less nervous about it, that'll make them more likely to be on board with it. So how do we do that? Well, we give it a right name. We give it the right branding. We explain to them that they're going to get what they need. Bernie Sanders does this pretty often. He talks about Medicare for all, for everybody who's going to get Medicare, and you pay for it through your taxes. It's not free health care. There is no free health care. He's never pushed free health care. Medicare for all is not free health care. Everybody pays with their taxes rather than some of us paying health insurance. Yeah, you work for your money like you do normally, but you would get what you need extra, or give a little of your own if you had a lot. Yeah, to each their need, from each of their ability. You're talking Marxism there, boss. And everyone's better off, but no, you just had to go and have a stock exchange. Yeah, exactly. Did Marx ever see the stock exchange? Was the stock exchange around when Marx wrote his book? I don't know. Socialism plus more freedom. Yeah. We'll call it capitalism plus extra double good freedom. I've never thought about what Marx thought about the stock market. I don't like it, and I suspect that he wouldn't like it. But did he exist and write about it or think about it? I don't know. I don't think he would appreciate the idea of company buybacks and shorting a stock to make money. I don't think he'd appreciate that. I haven't actually read the books. I've only read the bits and watched people talk about him, and read the Cliff Notes versions and stuff like that. I killed a boss down here again. I'm so good at this. I kill bosses without even seeing them. Orbs, Rift, Shivers. We can digivolve our splinters. Got a bottle. I think I already used the... Well, yeah, I did. It's gone. I ain't done yet. That's heard of Stray references, and guy sounds like a legend to me. Yeah. Yeah, he sounds like he knows what he's talking about, and I like it. So yeah, anytime I look into what he's talked about and what the things he said or the books he's written, and they're really complicated books. I think he's put a lot of thought into it, because that's kind of his whole thing. So we've accomplished our goal. We got our 20,000 hits. So this is a very successful run we did here. And so when we look at so we want this socialist Marxism to take over. How do we want a baby step towards it? What gets us there? What gets us closer? Voting for Donald Trump or voting for Kamala? I really do think Kamala gets us closer to it. Voting for Donald Trump will not get us closer to a Medicare for all situation. It will not get us closer to a decommodification of healthcare. It will not get us closer to a decommodification of housing. Donald Trump will not allow any of those things to happen. There are some bad leftists, I would suggest, who might not even be leftists. They're red fash, tanky types who just idolize Russia and think that that's the most freedom you can have. They're really bad, and they hate America and they love Russia. That's their only purpose in life, and I think that's misguided. I don't know if I'd call you a leftist at that point. But what am I getting to? They want Donald Trump to win so that he can collapse the entire system, and I think that that's dangerous. I don't like that idea. Those are called accelerationists, I think, where you want the bad things, because as soon as the bad things happen enough times, society collapses and we can rebuild it. Bad plan. Hate that plan. In fact, I don't think that's a good plan at all. Lots of people would die in that situation. I would rather slowly, even if it's slow and painful, incrementally change the system we have and improve it. Contrarians. Yeah, well, yeah. Accelerationists is what they would be considered. They want things to happen poorly so that everything can fall apart, and they, in their infinite wisdom, can rebuild it better. Kind of a knock down the building rather than maintain the building. And build a new building is what they're getting at. I don't think that's a good idea, because it's not a building we're talking about. It's a country and a people, and lots of people will die and starve, and it would be miserable. I recognize the idea they've had that, hey, you don't keep this building up forever, maintaining it over and over and over and over again. You knock it down and build a new one with better plans, better architecture, better equipment, and it might last longer. But I still don't like the idea of knocking everything down on purpose. Because those are people's lives you're knocking down. It's their livelihood that you might be breaking if you let Donald Trump win, because you want him to make the stock market crash and ruin everything. I don't like that idea. That's not maximum freedom, because, again, he would take freedom away, and it wouldn't be least harm, because he would be incredibly harmful. So. And honestly, that's why I don't support Republicans usually. They are not max freedom, minimize harm. In fact, they want to increase harm for the people they don't like and take away freedoms if they don't like them. Where's my mouse? There it is. Lost my mouse for a second. Couldn't tell which way I was facing. No. Yes. All right, I need some food. I need some wins. Here we go. There's a couple of bites, but not much. Let's find some more vases, some more jugs. Oh, toddler flingers. There. I may not win this one. It's going to be close. There's a bite. Very nice. There's a boss. Oh, is he still up? Where's the bosses I just killed accidentally? This one's standing around for an hour and a half. All right. Ah, I see what happened. Kamikaze cubes are getting them away, making me run away from them. Ah, kamikaze cubes. Boss, yeah, he's still up. Ah, I just can't get near him. Good Lord. One minute until the big boss comes up, and I've still got the last boss up. Boy. Don't think I'm going to survive this. Kind achievement out of it anyway. And we got our main quest's objective completed. Thought I timed that better. I should have picked the ice skills and then maxed out the ice damage on this character. Yeah. Dead. I get to come back to life once. Hooray. Oh, here we got the boss. Okay, okay. But I have such short range. I wonder if I can kill him. There's a chance. Tim Philosophy, you have a new account. Did you get banned from the old one? Use fewer slurs next time. Come on, man. Welcome back. I'm about to call it off for the day, though. I'm going to finish this boss. I'm going to finish this run, and then I'm going to sign off. But I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate you coming by. And if you hit the follow button, you'll turn a frog gay. Ah, I got you. Okay, yeah, you want to start streaming? Yeah, it is important to get a good name. I wrestled with mine for a little while, and I still don't like it that much. But Waldo was taken. Okay. I think there's a chance. I think we got this, though. If I can stop walking into lightning. All right. Making progress. Dodging stuff. Running him around in circles. Making him step on my caltrops. It's all going well. I think we got it. Yeah. Taking the lead. And he's down. There we go. Get out of here, lightning balls. Gotta go collect my orb, or my shard. There we go, shard. Then we hop out. Bam. Want to finish this run? Yes. That's good. We did it. So who did the most damage? Let's see. 2 for Frost. I didn't even stack Frost, you know. 2 for the Spirit Warriors and 3 for the Lightning. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even stack the Frost damage. I could have. I should have. I should do that better. On the Norseman. The Norseman needs the frosty stuff. Okay. Let's just look real quick at our next quest, which is collect the Cracked Ember Eye. Who the hell do you do that? I have no idea how to do that. Is there an ember level? I think there is. Ember grounds. Okay. That's what we'll do. Quit for now. Yes, quit now. Let's click on a button. So, hey, I've been Waldo, and tomorrow I will probably be Waldo again on Twitch and on Kick and on the YouTube. If you want to look at other stuff in the meantime, you can go to the YouTube link right there. Go on over there, press the subscribe button, fondle the bell button, break the thumbs up, and stab someone in the comments. YouTube is a violent place, and they love violence. So go there, be violent. It'll boost me in the algo really well. I will be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. West Coast, Best Coast time, and I'll have a bunch of links to news stories and politics and stuff like that. And we'll discuss them. We'll think about things. If you want to tell me what to talk about in those links, you can go to this Discord right here. Go to that Discord, press the, go to the public links channel, leave a link. I'll look at it. I'll come up with an opinion on it, and we'll read it, and we can feel it all out together. It'll be interactive. It'll be a good time. I appreciate you being here today, Tim. Thank you very much. And if you do start streaming, let me know, and I'd be more than glad to click the follow button for you and argue with you in chat sometime if you'd like. So feel free to let me know. Reach out to me on Discord if you'd like. We can set up a time and all that fun stuff. And that is it for me today. Yeah, that's it for me today. That's all I got. I'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. West Coast, Best Coast time. And I'm going to get out of here before the woke mob cancels me. Goodbye.